Good evening and welcome to the THR Touring Car League Group B event round 4 here at Oulton Park, Ireland. It's Matthew Duffin, aka Matahimovic, here live with a new commentator tonight who may not say things depending on his nerves. You all know him as Sooty Apex. Bringing you lots of action from the Oulton Park Island track tonight, and we are well underway with what should be some fantastic group racing for you. Let me just give you a quick rundown of the championship for you then, as we're in the Prestige Man Ginetta Juniors, as that's Kieran Argent running onto the grass. Holty 009 leads with a 29-point gap from Peaceful Explosion. He's then followed by Rebby 771. Alfie's in 4th on 61 points. Deeks in 5th. Big Boy Brazier, he's in 6th. Deeks in 5th, sorry. Big Boy Brazier in 6th. Dean Wasocki sits in 7th place, followed by Don Productions. Lil Trev in 9th. KJ Argent 22 in 10th, Greeny in 11th, Starscream in 12th, TMLS 13th, Swimfins 14th, BTC Reed 50th, and James Dudley bringing up the rear, who I don't believe is here again tonight. In the Constructors' Championship, H&D Motorsport lead the way on 160 points. Their drivers Holty and Deeks. Been very impressed with them so far this season in this competition. 53 points clear of the Tin Top Tourers of Peaceful Explosion and KJ Argent. Wiggle Wiggle Racing then on 91 points in 3rd. Register Racing on 78 points, AJ Motorsport on 70, Team Wacky Sakid on 59, Hard Compound Racing 38, and K&G Racing on 35. You can see Mazda's in the lobby tonight. He's here for the remainder of the season as well. Something that we're all quite interested to see on how well he will do. He is being teamed up with Dean Wysocki, for Team Wacky Sakid, as after the departure of TMLS, and also Don Productions 1 and Rebby 711 will also team up as well tonight. So Holty then about to start his first flying lap. As you can see, a bit of just in front, someone coming into the left-hander as we go down the back straight, then down Lakeside towards the Island Bend. 4th gear, you see the sign on the left, pick your braking zone, and there it is. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Evening Neil, Grant Reed, obviously BTC Reed who racing tonight. Michael Matthews, he's here. Gary, evening Gary. Hope the leg's feeling better. Smithy's in. Sooty commentating, he says with 2 laughing emojis. That should be fun. Neil again, Sooty won't stop talking when he starts. 2 thumbs up. Tin Top Racing UK, our Clio sponsor. Good evening to you as well. Smithy says Team Don. And Gary, come on Don and Deeks. Keegan in the chat as well. So nice to see you here. Up the hill then comes Holty, leader in this championship. He's really looked quick in this so far as well. As he comes round the double left-hand corner of Druids, down under Warwick Bridge towards Lodge Corner. For the first time, 10-minute qualifying tonight with the track being a bit longer. 2nd gear just kisses the curb. Try not to run too far wide as you will get a slowdown, but does well down the dip. Dear Leap, it's called as he comes over the start line and heads down towards Old Hull Corner. What's his time going to be? It's only 1:34.7, so at the minute Alfie and Don quicker at the moment. Should be some interesting racing tonight. Holty the man on form. I don't think he's... Let me get the statistics up for you after the first 4 races in the juniors. Holty has taken a win in the first 3 rounds of every race this evening in this championship. The Prestige Man Ginetta Juniors has had 2 poles and a fastest lap as well, so he's been very consistent. But at the moment he only sits P3. Peaceful Explosions in 4th, Mazda's 5th. That's either Deeks or Dean Wasocki 6th, and then the other one's in 7th. Lil Trev in 8th. But it's this man Don, half a second off of Alfie at the moment, at 1:33.4. As you can see, running in the new red livery tonight. But a few Don fans in the chat, so good evening to them, boys. Be interesting to see what happens tonight. Here is Alfie, the pole man at the moment. Also the first car out on track, so he's just coming towards the end of his lap. Let's stay on board with him as we ride around Oulton Park for the final couple of corners with Alfie then, as there's just over 5 minutes remaining. On board you can see just takes a lot more curve there than what Holty did. Again, doesn't run out wide. That will slow you down immediately. You will get a slowdown penalty. Does he improve on his 2nd lap? Nope, no improvement from Alfie there. What can Don do? Good onboard footage from Sutty tonight. Holty's just gone and put it on pole position at the moment, and Don can't improve, so Holty goes 6/10 quicker at the moment, putting it back on pole position where he's so used to at the time being. The Don's dropped to 4th as Mazda then. Second round this season for Mazda. He's going to put it on pole. He's half a second in front of Holty. So already, Team Wakasaki, the new member of Team Wakasaki, looks like he's taking it an upper hand. Greeny, not got a time in yet. Neither does Swimfins, BTC Reed and KJ Argent. No time in there. That was one of the Team Wakasaki boys running a bit wide out to turn 1. Here's Kieran Argent going down towards the island bend. Being overtaken there. Can't quite tell who that's by, but that may have ruined a bit of his time there. Out to Britain's he goes, up the hilltop, down in towards Hislop's chicane. A very tight circuit this. Overtaking's going to be crucial. You're going to have to bide your time. Oh, and he's ran onto the grass. That's not going to do his lap any good. Here's Holty. You see Holty a 10th up on his time at the moment. That's his best time, not Mazda's. So to bring him a 10th closer. You see Alfie just in front. He's going to want to get a better time in as well. Rebby's up to 3rd. Don's new teammate. Where is Dean Wasaki and Deeks? They sit 7th and 8th. Dean Wasaki and Deeks seem to never be separated on this leaderboard. Does Holty improve as he starts his 4th lap? Yep, 800ths quicker. It's not enough. The gap's down to 4/10 now. Here is Deeks, sits in 8th, so it's Dean Wasaki in 7th. Mazda's gone even faster. Holty now has to find a second from somewhere. What a lap that is from Mazda then. What's Deeks going to do is he comes around towards Lodge Corner and Dealey. Down the Warwick Bridge. Brakes well into Lodge Corner. Down the dip in Dealey. Back up the hill he comes. A slight little left-hand bend. Little kink in the road. Does he improve on his time? He does. He goes 2.6 seconds quicker. But it's only good enough for 10th. Dean Wasaki 7th. Greeny's up into 9th. And he's in the pits. That's going to do Deeks no good. That'll be a slowdown penalty. So Greeny in the pits. Will he come back out for a final stab at this? BTC Reed up into 10th place. Lil Trev down in 12th. Not the qualifying he'd have wanted to see. Kieran's in 8th place now. So really the top guy's not really changed much recently. With 2 minutes 20 left. Get your predictions in the chat. See who you think's going to end up with pole position. Also tell me who you think's going to win the race here. There's a list. Thanks, Sutty. There's a list of the positions at the moment. Greeny's still in the pits. If he's going to leave the pits, he's got to do it sooner rather than later to get out and be able to have enough time to put a lap in. KJ Argent round the final bend, runs a bit too wide. That may be a slowdown penalty, and that may ruin his lap there then, unfortunately for him. Yep, no improvement. Back on with Holty. How's he doing? The gap's down to 7/10 now, so Holty did go quicker on that last lap as well, but it's not enough to catch up to Mazda at the moment then. Gary in the chat, Mazda first, Holty second. Is that the race or is quali? Don third. Is that the race or qualifying, Gary? You have to get that in and tell me which predictions they are. Here is Mazda, running in the black, yellow and white with the red roof. His teammate Dean Wasaki, Team Wakasaki. Gary says that's for the race predictions, and Mazda Holty, then the Don. The Don's going to do what I have to do coming from 5th. So Greeny now is not going to get another time in, so his lap is done. So he's 9th at the moment. Cannot get any better. BTC Reed also in the pits. His lap time is done. Anybody who pits from here is done. Monkey Boy in the chat. Evening to you, Monkey Boy. Hope everybody in the chat's well. Here's Alfie. Looks like he's had a bit of a... Oh, no, that's not Alfie. That's Swimfins in front. Looks like he's had a bit of a moment somewhere. Monkey Boy says Holty for the win. Alfie takes a lot of curb there. Here is Mazda. Who else in the pits? That's Deeks in the pits. So Deeks also done. Alfie's also in the pit. So Alfie's done with his time. He would have had another lap in. Phil's in the chat. A good friend of Sutty's. He's in the chat. Don for the win, says Phil. Great camera work, says Gary. There you go, Sutty. A bit of a shout out for yourself of the camera work. lap on board Mazda then. Just probably runs a bit wider than what he'd have liked there. Qualifying is complete. So those crossing the line now will not get another time in. Mazda, though, on the other hand, has. Alfie's dropped to 5th. Mazda's completely ruined his lap there as he goes on at the chicane. Here is Holty, the man who can challenge Mazda. Mazda's in the pit, so Mazda's done. Alfie done. Greeny done. BTC Reed done. Deeks done. Can Dean Wasocki improve on his 7th place? I'm not quite sure if he's finished or not. Think he might be. Team Wakasaki look like they're going to take pole position here by 7 tenths. Michael Matthews, that's Peaceful Explosion, says great time from Mazda, and Phil in the chat says, yeah, good job Sutty, just stay off the microphone. Don't know if Sutty's got a response to that. He may be here, he may not. Nerves, obviously a big thing. Here comes Holty then. He's going to finish his last lap here. Can he challenge Mazda? Can he beat Mazda's time of a 1:31.7? 7 tenths he's got to find, otherwise Mazda is going to take pole position for his first time. This could be an exciting end to this qualifying session. What does Holty do as he crosses the line? It is an improvement, but it's still only 2 tenths off of Mazda's time there. Unfortunately for him, qualifying session over, so we'll give you a quick rundown. It's Mazda on pole for the first time. Holty in 2nd, Rebby's 3rd, Dom Productions 4th, Alfie 5th, Peaceful 6th, Dean Wasocki 7th, KJ Argent 8th, Greeny 9th, BTC Reed 10th, Deeks 11th, Lil Trev 12th, and Swimfins 13th. Good time there from Mazda. Holty not too far off him, and then look at the gap between the rest of them. Rebby and Don, teammates, not the same liveries, but teammates. Mazda and Dean, new teammates to tonight as well, decided in the admin chat. This week, seen as teammates have let them down. So Mazda gets his first pole position of the season. And that is going to be something that we're going to keep an eye on throughout the night. How can he progress? What will Holty do? He's not finished lower than 1st in this championship all season. That's Peaceful with a flash of the lights in the background there. The revs are rising here at Oulton Park. The lights are on. It's green and we go. And Mazda gets a poor start there. Rebby gets away well, has to take to the grass. But he's round past Holty and Mazda already into turn 1. Don gets a decent start. Mazda got really bogged down there. Holty up the inside of Rebby as they come out of turn 1. Mazda now side by side with Rebby. That's one of the Greeny or BTC Reed on the grass there in the background. Everybody seems through cleanly. But it's Mazda got bogged down. Lost out to Rebby, but Rebby's now lost out to Holty and Mazda. Oh, we're all through turn 2 safely. A spinner in the background, and I think that's Deeks who's hit either Greeny or BTC Reed. Deeks looks like he made quite a good start there. But either way, that's not what he's wanting at all. As they come through the hairpin, there's Lil Trev. Dean Wasocki in 7th place. He's going to look to want to make a move on Lil Trev. BTC Reed in the background. Dean looks like he's got the run coming out of the hairpin, and as they come down the bottom of the hill, just watch Dean Wasocki. He's had a few words while he's been under braking and a few complaints. Takes a lot of the curb. BTC Reed all over the grass in the background there. So Dean up into 6th place. His teammate sits 2nd at the moment. That's a spinner. That's Kieran. So Dean up into 5th place at the moment. Good start from him from 7th or 8th on the grid. Can't quite remember where he qualified. But either way, it's Holty from Mazda. Don up into 3rd at the moment. Rebby 4th. Dean in 5th. BTC Reed 6th. Good running from him after his debut last week. Lil Trev 7th. Deeks in 8th. Alfie's down in 9th after a decent qualifying. Kieran's dropped to 10th. Swimfins currently runs 11th with Peaceful Explosion and Greeny bringing up the rear. That's BTC Reed off on the grass a bit there. Smithy in the chat's about as strong a start as Wigan Athletics team. We won't mention Wigan Athletic after today, that's unfortunate. Tintop, Peaceful and KJ got some work to do. But it's Deeks now running 6th. So Dean and Deeks 5th and 6th. You can't seem to separate these two on the timing screen. But nonetheless, where's Lil Trev? There he is as Reed and KJ Argent have a bit of a moment on the grass. In fact, Kieran Argent still on the grass with 2 wheels. Has passed Reed. Reed sort of kept it there though. Good little battle in the background just behind this. Kieran's now got Reed done. Reed must have had a moment. Yeah, he's off there in the background. The red, where the number goes red, that's people with a time penalty. So at the minute, Dean Wysocki and Greeny have a time penalty. There's Reed, he's lost the front end of his car. Peaceful not having the best of races for him. Come second last week. In fact, he's not finished lower than 4th place, so he'll want to make up some time. That swim fin's in the grass somewhere. Where's that? I think that's at the hairpin, so unfortunate for swim fins. Was running in a decent place, but here's little Trev on the back of Kieran Argent then as they come up the hill for the second lap. Holty has kept the gap to Mazda to 1 second. The gap just come down under a second there. You can see on the timing screen. Here is Holty. Dean Wysocki, is up into 4th. Rebby must have had a problem. Dean Wysocki now runs 4th with Deeks 5th and Alfie up into 6th. So an interesting little battle there. The Don up into 3rd. Where is Alfie? The camera will pick him up in a moment. Here he is. That's Deeks that him and Rebby are trying to pass side by side as they go through Deer Leap towards the first corner. Alfie is through. Rebby's going to have the inside line on Deeks. Is he going to have it on Alfie as well? Looks to send it up the inside, and send it he does. A move that Sutty will be proud of. They touch and lean on each other. Alfie's round and Deeks just narrowly avoids him there. Alfie backwards into the barrier as we hear Sutty for the first time tonight. Not what Alfie would have wanted there. A move that Sutty would have been proud of, though, with a send-it move there. Gap down to 7 tenths from these two.
Very proud.
Evening, Sutty. How are we?
Evening. I'm very well, you?
Yeah, good, thank you, buddy.
Evening,
good,
everyone.
Nice to hear you on the stream. Mazda all over the back of Holty here. THR Racing, welcome Sutty in the chat.
Thanks very much, THR Racing.
Mazda starting to get his foot down here and really put some pressure on Holty. This guy's starting to run away with this title at the moment, and it's down to what could be Mazda at the moment to keep that pressure on him. Deeks has dropped to 6th, as we know from Rebby. Rebby's just picked himself up a penalty. Mazda looks left, weaves back to the right, and as we go down on board with him, where does he brake? Does he go around the outside? Probably runs a bit wider than what he'd have liked. He's not going to get the best of run there as we go through Deer Leap towards the first corner at Old Hall. Mazda just narrowly behind Holty, as you can see, and it's all happening at the moment. Dean Wysocki and Rebby, Greeny and BTC Reed all on time penalties at the moment. Through Old Hall, Mazda probably runs a bit wide there. That may be a slowdown. Does he choose to take it? That's the interesting question, because you've got to finish within the seconds that will be added at the end of this. Fantastic racing here at the moment by these two. Gap down to 3 tenths. They've got 5 seconds on Don in 3rd. Does Mazda look to send it up the inside? Probably a bit of a nudge. That looked like a Jason Plato move from Mazda there, if I'm going to be honest with you. But later on the brakes and tried to give him a little tap. Either way, it didn't work. Rebby has passed Dean Wysocki, so that's put Dean down to 5th. Still good points for Dean if he scores 5th. That's still good points for him. Lovely little battle we've got going on here. Sutty, what's your thoughts on this?
Absolutely brilliant. They're keeping the slipstream, keeping it clean. It was a good send-it move. A bit optimistic, I thought, but
we've seen
I'd
a few
have
of
been
them.
proud if he made that stake.
We've seen a few of them in practice this week, haven't we, bud?
Oh, we have, yes. Yes, we have. It's a very hard track to overtake.
Very tight, very narrow, and the corners don't give you a lot of room to send one up the inside. You just see Holty gapping Mazda a little bit. He's had a little tactic from Mazda, or has Holty just got the better speed through that back part of the track as they come down Deer Leap again and head towards Old Hall Corner for what will be the 5th time, as there's 3 1/4 minutes remaining. Mazda will want this win here to stop Holty's run. This will be 4 in a row if Holty can win this here today. Through Old Corner they go, down the avenue towards Cascades. A left-hander, which isn't really a place to make an overtaking move, but is a chance to set yourself up as they come down Lakeside straight towards the Island Bend. Mazda doesn't look close enough. In fact, Holty looks like he's gapped him a bit more. There you can see Don in the background, 7 seconds behind this pair. Both through cleanly. Nice, good clean racing so far tonight. We've not seen too many nudges and bumps at the moment. So all going well so far. Deeks is going to want to get up there to help Holty out in the constructors, and Dean Wysocki is going to want to get up there and help his new teammate as they come through Hislops, the left-hander, the right-hander of Nickelbrook, and up Clay Hill they go towards Druids.
He's a lot closer now, Matt.
He is. He's all over the back of him. Where does he look to make a move? Where'd you make it, Sutty? This corner, or do you try and set him up for the last corner?
Probably set him up for the last corner, I'd say. It's a bit too tight to get round. Easy drop it on the curb, and these cars aren't the best on the curb.
Swinfin's in front of BTC Reid. He has a penalty himself now. Deeks looks like he's closed in on the back of Dean Wasoki's Mazda. Really close to Holty then under braking. Did well to avoid him there. And to start the 6th lap, 2 minutes 12 left on the clock. So probably enough time for 2, maybe 3 more laps. There is Deeks on the back of Dean Wasoki. Kieran in the background as well is going to want to make up some places as well to get his championship up and running in these. He's not had the best of starts so far. For Dean with that time penalty, that could hurt him at the end of this. He's going to want Kieran to attack Dean and him to have a chance to pull away. Cracking job by these three though. Some great racing, regulars in the league obviously. So a cracking job so far.
Oh, it looks like Mazda's... sorry, Matt. It looks like Mazda's made a mistake.
No, well noticed there, Sutty. Well noticed. 6 seconds. Is that the race win gone? Or the chance of a race win gone for Mazda? Is that 4 in a row for Holty now? All he's got to do is keep it on track for 1 more lap. Mazda will be kicking himself as there's Don in the background. He's going to want to jump on board the back of these two. Kieran up the inside of Deeks, sends it into the island corner. Oh, and Dean Wasoki round the outside. Deeks and Kieran. Brilliant. Fantastic send it there. Dean has lost 2 places and Kieran's gained them both. Deeks still sits in the middle of these two. What can Dean Wasoki do now? We've seen a few optimistic overtakes from him and a bit of argy-bargy defending from Dean, but all seems clean between these three so far. Good, clean racing. This is what we want to see. So far, so good. Deeks has a great run on Kieran here, going up Clay Hill. Deeks has the run on him, but Dean Wasoki's there. Dean will want to capitalise on any problems or any mistakes that these two may encounter. I can't see him dropping back to Greeny. Dean Wasoki on time penalties. He's 9 seconds in front of Greeny. Has a penalty himself. Deeks sends one into the last corner. That is a send it move. Keeps it on track. Does really well. Where's Kieran though in the background? Where's Dean Wasoki in the background? Dean Wasoki is still 7th. So he didn't manage to get past Kieran. Where is he on track? Does Kieran think of sending it here? Great move from Deeks though. Oh, he's ran wide. Kieran probably runs a bit wide. Yeah, slow down indeed. That may help Dean Wasoki out here. Kieran looks really wide again. Are we going to see Dean coming up the left hand side? Yeah, we do. So the slow down, Kieran obviously takes that, knowing that Dean has one so far. Sends it into the hairpin a bit too deep, and Dean should get the place back. There he is. So Deeks starting to just creep away with this at the moment. Holty, I think, maybe coming towards the end of his lap. We'll come back to this in just a moment, as here comes Holty on his final lap to get the race win, and what is going to be win number 4 out of 4 in this championship. It's Holty who takes first place in a fantastic little battle with Mazda. He won't be disheartened in that though. He'll come away with 2nd. A fantastic race for him. Don Productions looks like he's going to come home with the 3rd, and then it's all down to the penalties after. Rebby looks clear for 4th. So Rebby's got that. Deeks has a penalty. Kieran's had a moment behind. Can Dean get that penalty advantage on Kieran? We can't see what it is. Only they can on track, so they will know. Dean runs wide there. Kieran runs a little wide as well. So we'll tell on the penalties after this has done. Rebby gets 4th. Deeks comes home in 5th. Dean Wasoki manages to keep... loses 6th to 7th. So Deeks gets a 5th place. Dean Wasoki down to 7th as Kieran gets 6th then. Greeny comes home in 8th with Peaceful Explosion 9th. Alfie in 10th. Not the best races from Alfie. He's been up there this year, but not the best races. Lil Trev gets 11th place. Swimfins is going to come home in 13th with BTC Reid scoring 12th place then. We'll see who gets the fastest lap of the race just after this. Alfie says that was a disgrace. Not the best from me. Congrats, Holty says. Peaceful explosion. Ariel put a good laughing face. Gary says he predicted the top three not in the order. THR Racing, good recovery drive from Kieran. So Holty with a win from Mazda from Don. That's the podium places. Mazda sets the fastest lap of the race. So an extra 2 points for himself in this so far tonight. While we run through the... while we wait for Kieran to set up the other bit, let's try and get Holty in for an interview. Yeah, it was a great start tonight. Great opening race, Sutty. You're absolutely right. Just actually seen on Facebook that the admin of the THR group, Tyler, has actually just got engaged to his wife, so his partner, soon to be wife, obviously. So congratulations to them too. Holty, congratulations on what was a fantastic win.
No, thank you. Yeah, it was a lot harder that race with Mazda pushing me. Just felt like I was having to put qualifying laps in.
Made a mistake.
What did you feel when you seen Mazda? Sorry,
go on,
Matt.
Sutty. No, go on, Sutty.
I was going to say, how did you feel when you seen Mazda made a mistake?
I didn't actually see it. I knew he was right behind me. Obviously, he just waited to back me on the hairpin. It was just a racing incident. And then I don't know what happened to him. Did he get a time penalty or did he spin?
Well, we changed to a different battle, and when we came back on, he was 7 seconds behind, so he must have spanned somewhere, or had a slow down penalty, but pushed you hard all the way.
Yeah, he did. And then it was just like I was making just little mistakes towards the end, and obviously then I said he was 7 seconds behind, so I just eased off a little bit.
4 wins in a row with this championship. You've got to feel like you've got one hand on the trophy, kind of.
Yeah, I won't jinx myself, but yeah, I seem to be just strong in this car.
Yeah.
It's some more good points for us.
Yeah, definitely. What's your thoughts going forward for the rest at night? A couple more wins again?
Hopefully, or just go for them points again.
Yeah, definitely. Best luck for tonight then, buddy.
Cheers, thank you.
So now we have the Prestige the MP Geomatics Formula Rookie.
I think these should provide good racing, Matt.
Yeah, they should be interesting.
Nice, nice tight track, open wheel.
Slipstream tech's affecting these cars, Sutty, so this will be interesting to see what can happen in these with the slipstream down the straights.
I was really surprised when we first started doing these, just how paramount the slipstream is.
Yeah, it definitely does take good effect.
2.5 close.
We've seen that last week at Silverstone, so that was very interesting as well. So I'll just quickly run down the table with you then at the moment. So far in the Formula Rookie, it's Holty again who leads the way on 77 points from Big Boy Brazier on 74, Don Productions on 57, Kieran Argent on 54 points, TMLS 52, tied with what was his teammate Dean Wasocki 52, Rebby in 7th on 40, Alfie in 7th on 47, Alfie on 48, Rebby on 47, Deeks 44, Peaceful Explosion 43, Greeny 42, Lil Trev 38, Swimfins 19, BTC Reed 10, Starscream and James Dudley no points. Mazda will obviously get added to the table after today's results for him. In the constructors, it's H&D again who lead the way on 112 points, just a 9-point gap from AJ Motorsport on 112. Team Wakasaki actually third in this on 104 points. Tin Top Tour is 97, Register Racing 67, Hard Compound 57, K&J Racing 52 and Wiggle Wiggle Racing 54. So a good win for Holty. Leads the way in this one. Is he going to want to try and keep it? 3 points out of Big Boy Brazier, who's again not here tonight. Don Productions then third on 20 points. Should inherit second place in the championship standings tonight. But Kieran Argent fourth, Dean Wasocki sixth, all within 20 points of Holty. So a big race for these. Gary in the chat says that this is Mazda's favourite. Keegan wants to jump on board Dean for a lap. I think we're going to save Dean for the GT4s. We know how much he enjoys them. Let's go on board Rebby for a lap around this track then, as he gets closer towards the finish line. What these cars like to drive, Sooty? Obviously you use the pad a lot compared to me on the wheel. How do they feel on the pad?
They feel alright, to be fair. I thought they'd be a lot more tricky. You've really got to throw it in, and you still lose the rear quite a lot. But they're quite fun cars. You've really got to drive them by the scruff of the neck.
Hopefully we see a
and
lot
it's actually
of people.
It's actually one of the ones I prefer on the wheel. We won't go into the wheel, Matt.
No, we won't. Phil in the chat says, what odds can I get on Gary being Tyler's best man? I think that's very good odds, to be fair, Phil. I like that. Good shout out there.
Well done, Phil.
It wouldn't be a THR live stream without getting a dig in at Gary every now and again, to be fair. Who is recovering at home after his poor ACL incident, walking to the first tee of a golf game. So well done, Gary.
Twisted sock.
Yeah, he's now got to sit at home and play cricket and get some practice in on this, I suppose. But we're on board Rebby as he's come down out of turn 1 through Cascade. He's down the ward, down to Lakeside. That looks like Don, who's off in front of him. Towards the island bend, pick your braking zone, down to 3rd, 2nd, into 1st. These cars do not like to turn under braking. He's done well there though. Back on the power, up the hill. We go up the hill top, up over the brow, start to come back downhill towards Hislop chicane. A very tight chicane. Don't want to touch the second curb. That will throw the car in the air. Takes it well. Back end you see sliding about. Probably loses a bit of time there. Clips the grass. We come through Knickerbrook. Up Clay Hill, which is sort of a slight right and left bend. You've got to set yourself up here. Build up the speed as you head towards Druids, which is a quick corner in itself. Into 4th gear. What's he going to do? Down 1. Where does he brake? Nice and late. Just a quick dab on off the throttle. Power back down fully. Down 1 gear. Down the Warwick Bridge now. Towards Lodge Corner. Brakes into Lodge. Down 1. Down 2 gears. Just slightly touches the curb. Does he run out wide? No. Keeps it nice. Tucks it on the curb on the left hand side. Keeps it tight there. Runs himself out towards the pit lane. Trying to go as straight as he can. Over the line. And that was a lap invalid. Oh no, it wasn't. It was a 1:38.0. So 1:38 dead from him. That starts us off there. Holty then crosses the line. What can he do? Only a 10th behind Kieran Argent. He's a bit further behind. Deeks is into 3rd place at this precise moment in time. Only the 3 lap times come in. There's Dean Wasocki.
He's got Paul.
He has just taken Paul. Well noticed, a 2.5 quicker than Rebby. Seems to qualify strong in these cars, does Dean, and he's running well in the Constructors' Championship with him. Mazda's taken Paul away from him, though, his teammate by 1.7 seconds. So Team Wakasaki front row at the moment, Sooty.
I know. The field's been Wakasaki'd.
It has been Wakasaki'd. And we're all going to get garried tomorrow night, I imagine, on the pad. This will be fun to see what Gary can do on the pad tomorrow night. If he races on the pad, we'll see how the Oulton knee holds up. So it's Mazda from Dean, Rebby, Holty, Deeks, Kieran Argent, Greeny. That's someone doing the extra part of the track with the looks of it there. That's either Greeny or BTC Reed. Lil Trev, Reed, Swimfins, Alfie, Peaceful Explosion and the Don haven't set a lap time. Here's Kieran, currently sitting in 6th place at the moment. If we go to the form of the Formula Rookies for Group B, Alti took a win last week. We've had Big Boy Brazy take 2 back-to-back wins. He's unfortunately not here at the moment. Holty's took a 1st and a 2nd, so he's been quite consistent. Dean Wasoki's took a 5th, an 8th and a 6th, so an up and down time for him. But at the minute, on the front row of the grid, Kieran does not improve there. Here's the Don. He's not actually got a timing yet, so seems to be struggling in this car at the moment.
He's normally up there, isn't he, Don, Matt?
He is normally up there. He's normally up there in all 6 cars. It's a horrible track though, Sutty. You only have to run a slightly wide and you pick up a slowdown penalty. Mazda's gone even quicker. He's 2.2 seconds ahead of Dean Wasocki. What a time that is from Mazda, in all fairness. That is some serious pace. Alfie, he's up in 4th, having another... He qualified strong in the first race. He's qualifying well here again. As I say that, he makes a mistake, unfortunately for him.
Just snapped on him there.
Yeah, it did a bit. Holty coming up the hill. Not quite sure who that is. I think that's Lil Trev behind. Lil Trev, the only guy on the grid at the moment without a teammate as well, which is quite... Big Boy Brazier not said where he is. We've not actually heard from him, so hopefully he will return. Kieran's just gone second though, ahead of Dean Wasocki. So Kieran takes the front row lockout away from Team Wakasaki with just under 3 minutes left. Here's Mazda. Is this why Mazda's 2 seconds up the road? He has a lovely slipstream down the straights. Look at that. That will be helping him, no doubt. Does he improve on this lap? He does. 1.9. Dean Wasocki's gone back into 2nd place. In these cars, Sutty, is it wise to use your teammate as a slipstream and sort of share responsibility of who goes where in the slipstream?
I'd say definitely, because the slipstream is just so strong, especially when you've got an uphill over the start finish. It's going to do nothing but help you get up the hill.
Yeah, definitely. Alfie's in the pits. Will he come back out for one final lap? Mazda though, is he up on his time as we come towards sector 1? No, he's currently down at the moment.
He's down.
Can he get in?
It just shows you how much the slipstream's helped.
Yeah, it does. That's potentially why he's 2 seconds quicker at the moment. People may not have got the best of laps in under the slipstream, whereas Mazda seems to have. Can it be a Team Wakasaki front row lockout here? Look at the car slide through the chicane there. He's made a mistake. That's the car behind him through. There is his teammate, who's actually up his laps. He's 4 seconds down, so he looks like he's had a moment this lap as well. Holty's up into 3rd now. There he is, coming to finish his 3rd or 4th lap with 1:31 left. Everybody's going to get time for one more lap.
Oh, Kieran's just gone up into 3rd.
Kieran next 3rd from Holty. Does Holty take it back? Yes, he does, and in fact goes 2nd. Takes it off of Dean Wasocki. He's only 8/10 off of Mazda, and that's without a slipstream, so that's a heck of a lap for Holty. Probably runs a bit wide there. Alfie in the pits, will not get another lap in as Greeny goes above him. The Don parked it at the moment. Is he rejoining? I think he's waiting. Not sure what's happening there with the Don. Swim fins. Alfie's dropped to 8th place after he's pitted. Don retires to the pit, so he's not going to come round to get another lap in neither. On board Swimfins then, who had a better race meeting last week and hopefully can continue picking up the pace. Nice and smooth through the chicane. And through Knickerbrook, nice and easy. So Alfie, Rebby, Don in the pits. Mazda 8/10 quicker than Holty. Dean a 2nd behind Holty, so probably not going to be a Team Wakasaki 1-2. Peaceful for the win, says Gary. Peaceful's down in 9th place at the moment. I don't know what drugs they've gave you at the hospital, mate, but I think they're a bit strong for you, pal. Kieran comes round the final corner. Qualifying is done. Kieran will be the first one to finish his time. Mazda's in the pits, so he obviously can't improve. Kieran comes into the pits. Holty, I think, was the 2nd car on track. There's Dean Wasocki. Someone else has just pitted. Holty's pitted as well. So can Dean get up on his time and get this? Monkey Boy says Wakisaki for the win. Don says that these cars aren't made for this track. Dean's backed out of his lap time. Smithy says Holly for the win. Holly's not racing this one, bud. Holty is though. Hold on. Lil Trev in 8th. Does he improve? Everybody so far has dived into the pits and not improved. And Lil Trev doesn't improve neither. Swimfins. Has he finished? Oh yeah, qualifying done. So it's going to be Mazda again who takes a pole position here from Holty. From Dean Wasocki. So a good qualifying result then for Team Wakasakid. Deeks in 4th. Peaceful Explosion 5th. KJ Argent 6th. Greeny 7th. Lil Trev 8th. Alfie 9th. Rebby 10th. Don Productions 11th. BTC Reed 12th. And Swimfins in 13th. So for the second time tonight in the MPGO-Matics Formula Rookies, the lights are on. It's go here. Holty and Deeks on the right-hand side in the green. Dean and Mazda in the blue and black on the left. Dean gets a better start than his teammate, and Holty's away as well. So Dean second into turn 1. There's Deeks. Everybody stays out of trouble, it seems, so far, so no problem. So at the minute, it's the 3 constructors at the front of the grid. That's Mazda who's been overtaken by Deeks, but gets him back up the inside. That's going to be Peaceful and Kieran Argent to also gain a position. And Lil Trev, who's out in the background. That's Alfie who's going to gain a position as well. So at the minute, it's Holty. Now his teammate's gone off and dropped down the order. Teammates touch, and Lil Trev hits. That's Kieran Argent who cuts in front of Alfie there, but the teammates touched each other. And that can be a problem under these. The braking under the slipstream can be a problem. A lot of smoke there. Is that from Kieran? That's Kieran and Alfie rubbing wheels. They're all over the back of each other. And they've both gone off. The engine cover comes off Kieran's car. They was rubbing tyres all the way down that straight. But here's Mazda behind his teammate Dean Wasocki. How hard does Dean defend from his teammate? Well, at the minute, it looks like he's defending very hard as they come up the hill in towards Druid's corner. Holty has a second lead at the moment, and he's pulling away ever so slightly here. Mazda can't seem to get the move done on his teammate, who slightly makes the corner wrong and goes to the grass. That will surely allow his teammate through this time round. Got to work with each other in these cars. You can't afford to mess around. Dean then back in 3rd now. Holty up the road, you can see. Needs to get his head down here and keep on. Oh, he's probably got the throttle down a bit too much. Too much on the loud pedal. But they've got a good gap already out front that he's not going to lose any places. Deeks has had a good recovery drive. He's back up into 5th place. Good little battle in the background. That's Kieran and Rebby. Rebby with his teammate Don. And then where's the rest of the pack? Peaceful is about 6 seconds behind this little battle here. So problems down the field. They touch a bit there, do Rebby and Kieran, but nothing comes of it. Kieran and Peaceful Explosion apparently can be let off in this because open wheel nonsense, says THR Racing UK. That's Deeks, who looks like he's made a mistake. He looks like he's going to come back across the track here. And oh, he's collided with Don Productions. That's unfortunate for Don. I don't think anything Deeks could have done there. He was sliding back onto track and just collected Don. So it's Holty from Mazda, from Dean, Lil Trev, Kieran Argent, Rebby. Deeks here in the background. That's this little scrap we're watching here. Don is in 8th. He's got Peaceful right behind him. Greeny 10th. BTC Reed 11th. Swimfins 12th. And Alfie down in 13th. But it's this man Mazda. Can he challenge Holty like he did in the juniors so far? Fantastic rookie racing so far, Sutty. And not as many accidents as we thought. Holty has a good 2.5 lead here from Mazda. Here's Kieran on the back of Lil Trev. So good action up and down the grid so far. No engine cover on Kieran's car after a little touch from with Alfie. Just runs wide onto the grass slightly.
Yeah, it's been brilliant racing at the start, Matt. It's been nice and clean. They've spread out a lot quicker than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, definitely. Don't have the mini-map on to see the rest of the track. Hopefully, if that's something we can get on, there we go. Yeah, you can see from the mini-map, look, quite spread out already. The good battle at the back. That's between BTC Reed, Swimfins and Alfie. So the 2 teammates at the back then of the Register Racing. But it's Team Wakasakid who can put the pressure on Holty, and Mazda is now within 0.6 of a second of Holty. Dean's just slowly dropping off the back of these 2, but he's keeping just in front of Little Trev enough, hopefully to keep him there for the race. Dean has a best finisher third in the GT4s. Mazda really on the back of Holty, and the slipstream up down this straight should help him out towards the Hislop chicane. He closes, he cannot get the move done there. It's going to be too tight to go two abreast. Holty looks like he made a mistake, and Mazda sends one up the inside. Another move Sutty would be proud of. Holty keeps it there though. Great clean racing from these two.
Brilliant recovery from Holty as well.
Made a slight mistake at the second part of the chicane, and Mazda stuck the nose in. Holty kept it up the inside, and Mazda gave him plenty of respect and plenty of room. This is what we would like to see. And the THR League's very sideways from Holty there. Mazda all over the back of him. Where does he get the move done? He looks right now. Does he pull back to the left? Is Holty going to cover it off? No, but Mazda's not going to send it. You'd have sent it there, wouldn't you?
Are you talking to me there, Matt?
Yeah, you'd have sent that move there, wouldn't you? You'd have sent that up the inside.
I probably would have, yeah. He left the door. There was a lot of brilliant respect there from the two of them. He's obviously just sizing him up.
Indeed he is. Dean a further 4 seconds back from this pair, and Little Trev a further second and a half back from Dean. So Dean's going to want to keep that pace to get good points for Team Wakasaki here. Already sit third in the Constructors, and with Deeks running 7th, H&D aren't going to score well. Neither are, I'll tell you second at the moment, neither are AJ Motorsport, as they are currently running a bit further down. Big Boy Brazier obviously right here, and Little Trev on his own.
Holty's doing brilliant there to resist the pressure from Mazda.
Absolutely, defending really well, and look at the run he got out of the hairpin. Gary's missus watching the stream, so hello to her, good evening. Mazda though really closes at that chicane, Sutty.
He doesn't have.
Dean,
it seems like he's dropped back a little bit. I don't know whether maybe he's biding his time a little bit, knowing he's got the slipstream.
Yeah, possibly. Still 4 minutes left in this race. Dean just dropping off the back of this battle, but Lil Trev as well, now 2 seconds behind Dean. So Dean in a good third place here, and could match his best finish of the season. Lil Trev under pressure though from Kieran. So that is something Dean can bear in mind. He's just got to keep it clean at the moment as Kieran takes to the grass, easing the pressure on Lil Trev. Look at that battle in the background. That's Rebby and Deeks. But Mazda is on the gearbox now of Holty and looks to the right hand side, tucks back in for the slipstream. Does he go for it down into turn 1 into Old Hall? No, he thinks better of it again. He's got to think about making a move. Interesting racing here.
The hairpin.
Yeah, either one of 3 places, isn't it? The hairpin turn 1 or the final corner, surely. I don't think anyone's brave enough to do it into the chicane. If you are, good on you. Mazda keeping Holty though very honest.
Yeah, I think if you were going to overtake in the chicane, you need massive respect between the two drivers.
100%. Mazda though, is he thinking about it? Both get equally as good drive out of the hairpin as each other, and I think he may look at doing it up here. Now he's going to think better of it again. Keeps looking though, does Mazda. Seeing where Holty makes the mistakes. He's all on the gearbox of Holty, all on that engine cover. Where does he make the move? Dean still in 3rd, Little Trev 4th, Kieran 5th. Deeks has passed Rebby up into 6th, but Deeks has a time penalty, so that may hurt him later on in the race. Don's down in 8th, Peaceful's 9th, Greeny 10th, BTC Reed 11th, halfway down in 12th with a time penalty, as does BTC Reed, and Swimfin's 13th. Does he send it this time? Is he close enough? Looks to get the better run out the final corner. Comes out the slipstream probably a bit earlier than I would personally, but he's nevertheless, is he going to look towards Old Hall now or down the avenue into Cascades? That's not really the place to make the move in Cascades, but nonetheless, good little group of cars behind.
Run.
A brilliant run, and he's tucked to the outside. You've got to have respect here. Sutty, as they lean on each other, touch each other slightly, and how Holty didn't go round there, I don't know. Great respect from these two though, and this is fantastic racing. Mazda looking. Holty doesn't defend. Does he just chuck one up the inside? No, he doesn't. But look at the better on the brakes Mazda is. Absolutely fantastic. The field was spread out. He has indeed, mate. The field was spread out. It's now bunched up together. Further back. We can't take our eyes off this battle for the lead, though. This is absolutely fantastic here. Oh! Holty was sideways, coming through the chicane, and Mazda's just sort of finished the job. And look at that from Mazda. That's respect from Mazda there. That's just nothing but respect there. He's gave Holty the chance to recover and keep the lead. You can't say fairer than that. This has allowed Dean Wysocki close to the back on them. That's fair, that there, Sutty, isn't it? Mazda knew he'd tapped him there, and it has gave him the respect to get back on.
That was brilliant. But it's close racing, like, especially the open wheel. Fortunately, it's going to happen eventually.
It is very easy to make a mistake. She said in qualifying, these cars are very slidey, so it's very easy to make a mistake. Mazda, though, with 34 seconds, they are probably just going to get one lap in. Mazda brakes on the grass. That's not going to help him there, so he's not going to have the run. They are going to get one more lap in, so if Mazda needs to get the job done, it needs to be now, otherwise it's going to be another Holty win from Mazda. Last lap then we go on at Oulton Park Island in the MP Geomatics Formula Rookie Series. What can Mazda do from here? Second, really on the back of Holty now. Dean Wysocki, credit, hats off to him. A fantastic third place at the moment. Kieran still has passed little Trev, so we'll see if he can close to Dean Wysocki. He's got to gain a second. Where does Mazda get the move done? Does Mazda get the move done? Has he got time to do it? He's looking to send it into the hairpin, but cannot do it, and he's got to tap that brake a little bit more than he might have wanted to. But look at the run they've both got coming out the hairpin, up through Hilltop, down towards Hislop chicane. Absolute close racing here. He looks again, does Mazda, but he just cannot get it done. Into the chicane. He takes it a bit wider, tries to cut back there on the outside. Then as they come through Knickerbrook, Mazda probably having to lift off a bit more than normal. Look at the run though he's got as they come up Clay Hill towards Druid's corner. There's 2 corners left before the checkered flag. Where does Mazda thinking about doing it? A touch in this car could end in disaster for both of them and leave the way for Dean Wysocki to pick up a win. Into Druids they break. Mazda needs the run. He's let Holty just pull away from him ever so slightly. I think that has been Mazda's problem here, and that could be the race done. It's down to the final corner we go. Is Holty going to take this win? He defends the inside line. Mazda gets the run, just nudges the back, and that's at Mazda. All kinds of sideways there, but it's going to be Holty who takes the win. Mazda's going to get second. What a fantastic race that was from both of them. A fantastic third place for Dean Wysocki. Hats off to him. Kieran's going to come home in fourth. Lil Trev is going to get fifth then from Deeks in sixth. Good recovery drive to say he was off, round and upside down in the air at the first corner. Don Productions is going to come home in 7th place. Peaceful Rebby is going to get 8th. Peaceful is going to get 9th, with Greeny in 10th. Alfie is going to get 11th from BTC Reed in 12th. And Swimfins is going to get 13th. Good little battle at the front of the grid there, though, that.
Absolutely phenomenal racing. Well done to all three of them. And a big shout out to Dean as well.
Yeah, good,
lovely drive.
Good race from Dean. Nearly got the win if Holty and Mazda have span a bit more. Look at them tyre marks there. That's possibly from Kieran and Alfie early on in the race. What a Formula Rookie race that was. I think we're just waiting on Swimfins to cross the line. Superb, Adam, says Gary. Not too bad, says Michael Matthews. Should have been higher up. Me and Don Touch going towards Cascades and I lost control. Nothing of it. Just good racing. That's what we like to see. People not complaining in the chat. Who gets the fastest lap then? Mazda with a 1:34.1. Just a 10th better than Holty for Mazda then. So fantastic for him. Let's get Mazda in for an interview. Fastio Lapio for Mazda, says Keegs in the chat. Are we going to see a few grazie della grazies tomorrow then, Sutty?
I don't think so. I'll do my best. I haven't had the best start to the season, to be fair. Obviously, there's a lot quicker guys coming up, and with the pack's that tight, and I just haven't had a break up to now, apart from GT4s last week.
The quicker guys, such as,
see,
you know,
we'll
Louis, Matt, NJ, and Little Leach. I can't think of anyone else. Tyler, quicker guy. Ben, we've lost, unfortunately. Mazda, evening.
How are we doing?
Talk us through that one then. That was fantastic.
Well, to be honest, mate, qualifying, I said to Dean, it's going to be you, mate, because I've practiced in these and I've really struggled. But then you get pole and it's like, where'd that come from?
Pole and fastest lap, so a good 2 points there.
Yeah,
extra on top of your second place, but a good battle with Holty throughout that race.
Yeah, you know, well, you saw from the first race, you know, all over him, and then I thought, right, second race, it's going to be Dean, but, you know, boom, tried it, just couldn't pass him.
Yeah. Talk us through did he make a mistake at the chicane when you touched? We've seen the respect from you to let him back through and let him regain the lead. What happened?
I don't really know. We just span and I kind of like too close, collected him, and I couldn't get it into gear to reverse, and I geared up twice, so I went into gear 2 and just slow started, and he rejoined, and well, there you go again, racing.
Was it nervous to see Dean and the guys behind sort of closing on you towards them last couple of laps?
Well, to be honest, it was, but like you say, you don't really focus on the people behind you, focus on winning the race, and obviously Holty got the job done.
Yeah, definitely.
So congrats.
Yeah, definitely. Congrats to Holty. What's your plans going forward for the rest of the night? Are we going to see you on the top step?
I'll try. Put in pole twice, so it's just my starts are shocking, so let's hope I get a good start.
Well, best luck for the rest of the evening, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Well done, Team Wakasaki.
Mazda, if you could just ready up so that Kieran knows you are ready to go for the lobby so that we have no mistakes this time round, please. So when you select your delivery, just press the ready up button so he knows you're ready to go. And then when you're ready, you can rejoin your teammate. As we bring you the THR Racing UK Clio Cup. The sponsor are in the chat, so evening to them again. We'll bring you the table now. And it's not Holty who leads this time, it's his teammate, Deeks, who is on 65 points, 16 points clear of Big Boy Brazier. Rebby in 3rd, Kieran Argent 4th, Green is in 5th, Lil Trev 6th, Holty 7th, Alfie 8th, Peaceful Explosion 9th, Don Productions 10th, Dean Wasaki 11th, TMLS 12th, Swimfins 13th, BTC Reed 14th, James Dudley and Starscream haven't scored points. As Master goes, he's ready to go. H&D Motorsport lead the way in the constructors then on 101 points. H&D doing really well this year with Holty and Deeks. Followed by AJ Motorsport in 2nd place. Tintok Tour is then 3rd, KJ Racing 4th, Wiggle Racing in 5th, Register Racing 6th, Team Wakasaki 7th, and the Hard Compound Racing in 8th. Clio's good fun to drive. Absolutely brilliant car. Sponsor who's here every week for the Group A and Group B event. They're here without a doubt, so it's nice to see. As we wait for the host to start the session.
I have a feeling these are going to be brilliant fun, Matt, to watch around here.
Fantastic to race around on any track, aren't they, these cars, Sutty?
Oh, they're brilliant. Love them, the way the back end steps out and you just drag them round with the front.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Fun cars to drive. Probably my favourite car of the night to drive, if I'm going to be honest. It's just fun. It's just a good fun race each time we do it. Whether it's practice or a competitive race, it's just brilliant to see. Bit of form for you then, just going forward. So after the first 3 events, Holty has only won 1 and is 11th and 10th in the other ones. He said last week these aren't his strongest races. Deeks has a win, a 2nd and a 4th to his name, so decent there for Deeks. Good form for him, that's why he leads the way. Kieran has had an up and down time, so's Rebby. Dean Wasaki, he's been there or thereabouts again, a bit up and down, got a 4th. Got a 7th is his best result. Peaceful, he's had an up and down time of it. Alfie's been consistent. I think one to watch out for, though, is potentially Deeks in this. I think Deeks is my man who I'm putting my money on in this one. So the THR Racing UK, I know these guys will be looking for this. Neil in the chat says that Group B last season he won this race with a 7-second lead. Well, Group B a bit close this year since the faster guys have come up. Keegan says let's go on board Kieran for a lap, so we can do that for you, buddy. The two Wakasaki boys there, look, Mazda and Dean Wasaki. Here is Kieran. Kieran's had a second, a fourth and a seventh in this, so an up and down season so far for Kieran. He'll be looking to close that gap to Deeks, 20 points behind him in the championship. But nevertheless, he should go ahead of Big Boy Bracey, who's not here tonight. He's only 4 points behind him. Rebby will be a challenger for Kieran as well. He's 2 points in front of Kieran. But it's Deeks, the man who is going to be the one to watch. So I think we'll pick Kieran up a bit later in the lap for a lap. Cold tyres, back end steps out. They've got a good 10 minutes to get these tyres up to temperature. Gary says what happened to Big Boy Brazier. We're not sure, Gary. Nobody's quite heard from him. There's Kieran all kinds of sideways, and round he goes. Good start to his qualifying. You can never pick what's going to happen in this, and this is what I love about them. Cold tyres is horrendous. Let's go on board Holty then. We're on him at the moment. Let's go on board Holty then as he comes down towards Old Hole Corner for his first time lap at the moment. Mazda is in the pit, so probably tweaking around with the setup. Comes through Old Hole down the avenue towards Cascades. Bumpy down here. Look, you can see it a bit bumpy. Slightly dips towards the left hand side of the track. Slopes down sideways and on the grass he goes. So that's going to be this lap ruined, unfortunately for him. I did a qualifying last year.
Very hard round though.
It is. I did a qualifying last year. Can't remember what track. And every guy I went on board with on the fastest lap spam. You couldn't make it up. As Alty comes through the island bend up hilltop.
Just be as jinxing them.
It probably was. Up hilltop he goes. His lap's already been kind of ruined through making the mistake at Cascades. Everybody on track there. Mazda will have to do his outlap again after he pitted, so that is going to be interesting to see. He's come through the Hislop chicanes now towards Knickerbrook. Deeks will be the first man on track to set a lap time. Championship leader at the moment. Does he have a pole or a fastest lap? Doesn't actually have a pole or fastest lap to his name, but has just got the results to lead the title way at the moment. Big Boy Brazier take 2 poles and 2 fastest laps. And then last week Don and Peaceful took the pole and fastest lap between them. Peaceful actually in the pit, so clearly setup changes for him. So he's only going to have 6.5 minutes to get back out on track and try and do something. As Deeks sets the first lap, it's 1:34.888. So a good lap there from Deeks.
Good solid banker.
Yeah, good start. Something to build on while the tyres get up to temperature as well. Peaceful says I was running loose, that's why he's in the pits. Just looking at my own times in practice. In the Clio, a 1:32.4 is my best. So a good solid time in Group B, especially for a first lap. Kieran with a 1:34.3 as well. Greeny a 1:34.6. Puts Deeks down to 4th at the moment. Alfie running, Deeks in 3rd. Alfie's running 4th. Here's Kieran then. We can finally do the lap with Kieran. So down towards Cascade this time then. Just bounces off that curb a bit. Try not to run too far wide there, otherwise you'll get a slowdown penalty. Down lakeside we go. Obviously the lake on the left hand side, you can see through the trees. Towards the island bend we go then. Brakes down to first gear. Probably runs a bit deeper than he'd have liked to. Gets it turned in. Up through hilltop we go now. Car in front. Will he start to slowly pick up the toe of that car in front as he goes up and over hilltop towards the Hislop chicane he goes. Do not touch that curb on the right hand side. The car will bounce up under braking. Good through there. Through Knickerbrook we go. Up Clayle, the slight right left combination. Get the speed up the hill ready into Druids Corner. Round they go up there, look, car in front of you. We'll start to get the toe of this car. One pulls to the side. In fact, one has spun in front of Kieran. That could have made Kieran's lap a bit worse than what it was. He may have lost a 10th or 2 possibly through all of that. Car just touched the grass as he tried to set away. Mazda's in the pits here with 4 minutes left, so clearly not happy at the moment is Mazda. Brakes in towards Lodge Corner then. Comes out. Do not run over the curb. Does it well. Touches it just slightly. That's Deeks on pole by just a 10th from this man Kieran. What's his lap time going to be? No improvement. Probably lost that time as he had to avoid the spinning car. Mazda still sat in the pits with under 4.5 minutes to go. He's just out now, so no lapping for Mazda. Liltreff, BTC Reed, Holty. No, not set one neither. Peaceful Explosion also hasn't set a lap. Where's Dean Wasocki? He's down in 7th. Seems to be struggling. Greeny's up in 3rd, so a good qualifying session for Greeny here. Greeny seems to come on towards the end of the night. Seems to get stronger as he goes. Round towards finishing his last lap. His next lap is Deeks. Can he pull a bit more time out? Only a 10th in front of Kieran. Only 3/10 in front of Greeny.
He was up at the last sector, Matt.
Well, that's what he wants. Wants to pull as much time away from these guys as he can at the moment. He's going to cross the line now. And stays up 3/10. So he's half a second. Kieran's got to find. And Greeny's got to find 7/10 from somewhere. So Deeks really on it in these Clios. Here is Mazda, still not set a time yet. This will come round to start his first time lap again. Hopefully he can get a lap in. He's currently on the back row of the grid at the moment. That's not what he wants. His teammate down in 8th just drops to 9th as that's Peaceful who's gone in 5th. Greeny's dropped down to 6th now. The top 6th at the minute separated by 7/10 of a second. Keegan, yes, the tables are put out. You go onto the THR page, follow, click the link. They will be on there. So Lil Trevor Mazda, the only two to not set a time. We're on board Mazda here as he comes down towards Cascades. Breaks in, down 1 gear, gets that backhand step out just slightly. Keeps that well under control there, to be fair. Keeps it in 4th. I know a few may drop into 3rd, but he does well to keep that in 4th gear. Keep the power down, brake towards the island bend. Into 1st. Plays with the throttle now on the power he goes. Beautiful, just touch that curb again, don't run too far wide on the exit of the corner. Up and over the hilltop, down towards the Hislop chicane. Don't touch that second curb, like I say, you'll go on 2 wheels, that's not what you want. Mazda doesn't even touch the first curb by the looks of that. Clips that curb, runs out to the right, back over to the left. In towards Knickerbrook, gets the car all sideways through there. Lovely handling though from Mazda as he's coming up the hill. The Don has gone second and it's only by 100th of a second. Greeny's done the exact same time as the Don. Pressure on Deeks again now, so the top 6 separated by half a second here. Mazda's all sideways and off onto the grass he goes. He hopefully should still get his first lap in here, but here is Greeny. He was looking slow there as well. Camera comes round to pick him up. There he is. That's behind Peaceful or Kieran, not quite sure. Only Mazda to not set a time. Hopefully Mazda will set a time here with 1 minute 20 left on the clock. Deeks with 100th in front. Don Productions then really putting the pressure on as a car off in the background. Peaceful Explosion is in the pits. That will be him done for the evening in terms of his qualifying, as is Lil Trev. Mazda did do a time. It's only good enough for 12 fastest at the moment. Hopefully he can improve from there. The top 6 so separated by half a second. Dean Wasocki's pitted down in 11th place. Not the qualifying he would have wanted there at all. Not what he wants then. He wants to help his teammate out. Can't get it done. Mazda half a second up in that first set. We know he went off last time round.
God, the top 6, Matt, less than a second.
Alright, it's fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic racing. Lil Trev and Peaceful in the pits. Dean Wasocki's actually came back out the pits. I'm not quite sure why. His lap time will be done. He will not get a lap time in here. Mazda comes up to where he lost it. Then he's 7/10 up on his time at the moment, and he'll gain a lot more time as he comes round to where he actually went off. Takes it a bit steadier through there, it looked this time round, as that's a car backwards and rejoins the track. What is Mazda going to do? Qualifying is complete, so those who cross the line now are setting their final times. Then Don's in the pits, he couldn't take pole. Deeks is on provisional pole at the minute, but as Mazda comes round the final corner, is he going to take pole away from Deeks? Is he going to move up the order at all? He goes pole by 2/10 of a second. He saved it till the last minute, and that's 3 pole positions tonight for Mazda. What a lap that is. Absolutely fantastic.
What a lap under pressure.
I mean, what he must have been feeling, Sutty, on that final lap.
Unreal.
Absolutely fantastic. Is Deeks still on a lap? Is he going to cross the line? I'm not quite sure, but 2/10 separate it, putting the top 7 tenths of a second from each other. So I'll run
the
down.
Top 7, less than a second.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It's Mazda on pole for a third time tonight. Deeks in second, Don third, Greeny fourth. A good qualifier for Greeny, seems to get stronger as the night goes on. Holty down in fifth, Kieran sixth, Peaceful seventh, Alfie in eighth, Lil Trev ninth, Rebby in 10th. Probably the best livery on the grid for Rebby there, actually. BTC Reed in 11th, Dean Wysocki 12th, Swimfins 13th. Not the qualifying Dean would have been wanting. He'd have wanted to help out his teammate. That's the race result. 1, 2, 3, says Gary. Smithy says go on the Don. We'll have to see if any mistakes will be made here. Easy to make a mistake in these cars. So for the Tin Top Racing
League, for the start off.
Absolutely brilliant. It's going to be a fantastic race. Dean Wysocki. The lights are on for the Tin Top Racing UK Clio Cup. It's go. Mazda gets another poor start. But what's the second phase like? Look at... Is that the Don? The Don round the outside in the best livery on the grid, I reckon. And he takes the lead before turn 1. Deeks has stayed second. Mazda with another poor start. He says his starts aren't the best. He's got to work on them because he's lost 2 places already. Cascade's not the place to have a look. Mazda keep it there. Does well. Everybody seems through the corner well. And the Don leads heading down into turn 1. Deeks, though, putting him under pressure. Wrong side of the track here, though, for any action. Don should hold this into the corner and does. That's Peaceful who tapped Mazda. Peaceful's then clipped the wall. Unfortunately for him, just tapped Mazda a bit there. That's Rebby round in the background. Not quite sure who spun him. I think it was BTC Reed. And that may be an unsafe rejoin, if you ask me, if that gets put in. I've seen someone try and do a donut in a Group A race and it didn't go well. I won't name names. But it's Don from Deeks, from Mazda, Kieran 4th, Holty 5th, Greeny in 6th, BTC Reed, good race for him in 7th, Swimfins 8th, Dean Wysocki 9th, and look at Deeks all over the back of Don. He's going to look into Druid's corner. He's on the grass a little bit there, can't get the move done. This is bringing Mazda ever closer, and Kieran in the background. 4 different drivers, 4 different constructors. Kieran looks like he's made a mistake, actually. He's dropped off the back a bit. Holty there, you see in the background, is going to want to help Deeks and try and get forward as much as he can. Mazda with the lights on. Back to the order. Lil Trev's down in 9th, Swimfins 10th, Peaceful 11th, Rebby 12th, Alfie down in 13th. Not been Alfie's night tonight so far. Mazda had the run on Deeks and has the job done before turn 1, does he? Deeks will keep it up the inside. Mazda gives him plenty of room. A wiggle for Mazda as he was mid-corner there. Plenty of respect. Side by side going towards Cascades. This isn't going to end well. Mazda's actually done Deeks. Wow. Mazda's done Deeks by a mile there. Did Deeks let off the throttle a bit? Did he have a slowdown? Not quite sure. But in the background, Holty and Greeny rubbing each other. Kieran getting onto the back of this. Neil in the chat, come on the Don. Monkey Boy says Deeks for the win. What battles we're having. Typical Clio racing at the minute. A bit of rubbing and great battles. Dean Wysocki really wide there. Already has a time penalty, and Alfie has a time penalty as well. Deeks in 3rd. He hunts down Mazda. Mazda hunts down the Don. Fantastic driving from all of these guys so far at the moment. There's Peaceful down in 10th on the back of Rebby. Peaceful nudge Mazda and ended up in the tyre wall himself on the first lap towards the island hairpin. And now he's got a challenge on to catch Rebby in front, being partnered tonight by Don. Peaceful round the outside of Rebby there, so good move for Peaceful Explosion. Made Rebby look like he was going backwards there, and now hunts down Dean Wysocki, who is 5 seconds up the road. Back to the front of the pack though, Mazda starting to drop Deeks slowly and gain to the back of Don, the Mermaid, Ariel. Plenty of names for him. Plenty of talent the Don has as well. He's a fantastic driver. Nice to see him in the THR League this year. One of the newbies this season. He's took a couple of wins. Looks really quick in the touring course, so watch him in that later tonight. Mazda's still got the lights on. Dean Wasaki on the back of BTC Reed according to the times there. Kieran hasn't caught up to the back of this pack like I thought he would. Running in a good 4th place though. Greeny has passed Holty, so Holty can't come and help his teammate gain some more places.
He's putting in strong laps as well, Kieran, Matt. I'm surprised he's in closer.
He is really quick compared to the others last lap, but just doesn't seem to be closing up. Mazda though, within 0.3 of a second of Don. The lights are off on Mazda's car. The camera will pick him up as they come through the final corner down towards Dealey. There they are, the gap down to 0.3. We've seen Mazda pressure the leader every single race tonight, but cannot get the job done. His teammates in 8th, Don's new teammates down in 10th. Deeks' teammate runs 6th, Kieran's teammate runs 9th, so the teammates not really there to help these front 4 in what will be a fantastic battle. Anyone spins here or makes a slight mistake, the top 4 could pounce. The car wiggles through cascades. Look at the car control from Mazda, so smooth on the wheel. He pulls to the right. Is he going to send it here? Thinks about it, nudges Don in a typical Plato move, narrowly avoids the tyre wall. Don will pull away a little bit and look in the mirror. Deeks slightly gains on Mazda. This is what we were saying. Anybody puts a foot wrong, the car behind will pounce on them. There at the bottom of your screen is the split times. Mazda 8 behind Don. Deeks a second, 1.7 behind Don. Kieran 3.5 behind Don. Greeny, you can just see on the edge, 6.5 behind Don. Last lap, Kieran, who was quicker the lap before, actually was 2 seconds slower than the 3 in front. So, up and down at the minute between these front 4. What racing though. Mazda a bit of a Plato move on Don into the hairpin, a bit of a nudge, and it didn't really work out for him.
You'd be proud of that one, wouldn't you, Matt?
No, not me, mate. Clean our race, pal. Clean.
S-Class veterans.
S-Class veterans, mate. That's who you're joined on commentary by tonight. The S-Class veterans are on commentary tonight. There's one for Keegs in chat. Look at Deeks trying close to the back of the front 2. Kieran's in his own little race at the moment as he's got a good 3-second gap to Greeny behind. But Mazda again, we come down towards Cascades and he's again on the back of Don. 0.3 in this at the moment. You're not going to do it in Cascades. Set yourself up for the straight and look to the hairpin. That is swim fins. Hopefully the back marker keeps out the way, but that is going to ruin Mazda's chances of overtaking Don here. With the back marker in the way. It's tight enough as it is to get 2 cars side by side. Swim fins nearly rejoined and nearly caused havoc there. It keeps out of trouble. Can Mazda get the move done towards the chicane? Deeks has passed swim fins. Kieran is now 7 seconds behind the leader, so Kieran must have made a mistake somewhere because he's now under threat from Holty and Greeny. So what was him challenging for a top 4 place, he's now trying to hold 4th place himself from 5th and 6th. Dean Wasaki down to 10th as Rebby and Peaceful have passed him. Swim fins just then in front of these two, you can see there. Flash of the lights from Kieran just to let the back marker know that he's coming. Greeny and Holty with the lights on. Kieran also with the lights on. Where does Swim fins move out the way? He goes wide there. Stays out of Kieran's way and Holty's way. Greeny now in the background. Does he move out the way? Does. Lets Greeny have the inside line. So that's what we want to see. The back markers obviously sticking to what we know. I think a car went off in the background there. Not quite sure who that was, but look at Holty all over the back of Kieran here. Mazda's picked himself up a time penalty. So has Greeny. So Mazda needs to get the job done on Don and pull away from him now then. And Holty up the inside of Kieran and has the job done. Kieran gets the better run and taps the back of him. That slows him down, and here's Greeny. He has to take to the grass as he's side by side with Holty coming down towards Cascades. This might not end well here. Side by side now with Kieran. Everybody's through cleanly there. How they got away with that, I don't know. Greeny must have had a slowdown, I think. Ran very wide. And now Kieran side by side with Holty. Holty will have the inside line and Kieran covers him off well. And Holty gives him a nudge under braking, and look at this little battle. Holty back up the inside. Greeny couldn't keep it tight to follow him through. Kieran's going to come right across the track to look back up inside as they head down towards the chicane. The gap out front is only a tenth between the leaders, but this one's a bit more entertaining at the moment. As Holty keeps a place, Kieran on two wheels, that may allow Greeny to have a chance, have a sniff. Not there though. Cracking little battle.
Brilliant clean racing.
How they made it through Cascade so to be out touching each other, I'll never know.
I don't know. Did very well.
Look at the gap for a lead, it's down to a tenth. This is absolutely fantastic at the moment. The camera's going to pick him up coming out of the final corner. Mazda knows he's got to get the move done, and he's up the outside of Don. Insiders, they come onto the exit. He'll be on the inside for Old Hall corner. Don tries to come across, but Mazda's there. That's a bit naughty from the Don, trying to cover his line when Mazda's there. Mazda on the brakes, has to back out of it as Don just keeps closing the door. Mazda gives him a bit of a tap. I'm here, buddy, says Mazda. A bit of a Jason Plato move, if you ask me. Does he look up the inside at Cascades? That's very brave from Mazda, and he's going to force Don wide onto the grass on the exit. They touch and lean on each other. They're both off at the moment. They hold it together. Where's Deeks in the background? Can't seem to be close enough there. They rub on each other. Don has a time penalty as well. Mazda tries to come across and close the door. Can't get it done though. He's going to run very wide there. That's going to be a major slowdown. I don't think he's going to take that. Elbows out between these two, and Deeks right on the back of them. Mazda really pressuring the Don. The Don was a bit naughty there, cutting him off a bit into turn one, trying to force him into the pit wall. I wonder what the penalties are. We can't see the penalties, unfortunately, so we'll have to wait till the end. But Mazda wants to get in front. He'll know what the penalty is, and he'll want to get in front and get past him. That may be one to send a report in, I wonder. The Don covers early this time. That's what he needs to do. Deeks will be interested in the background. Don't forget he leads the title race at the moment. Mazda forces one up the inside. And that's absolutely brilliant from Mazda. The Don runs even wider and Deeks gets second place. Now Mazda's got to get the foot down to defend from Deeks. Gains first. Can he keep it though as they head down towards the first corner? Race is over. All the action. We forgot about the time. And Deeks will claim the win through the penalties. Mazda gets second. What a race, Sutty.
Absolutely brilliant race at the end. Mazda had to get past. I don't see anything wrong with what he did.
Nah, forced the issue. Holty will come in with fourth. Kieran will get fifth. Greeny will take a good sixth. Go on.
How opportunistic was Deeks? He was just there waiting.
Waited, didn't get involved in any drama and took it from Mazda. With all the excitement and drama going off, I forgot to actually see the timer tick down to 0. Didn't realise that was the fastest lap. Peaceful comes home in 7th place. Rebby will get 8th, followed by Lil Trev in 9th. BTC Reed will take a 10th place. Good finish for him. I think that was Dean Wasaki who ended up with 11th. Yep, Dean Wasaki will get an 11th place. Alfie gets 12th and Swimthins 13th. Who got fastest lap?
It was Mazda by the looks of it.
Yeah, Mazda again. So
strong showing from Mazda tonight.
He's quick on one lap, but he just can't seem to get the job done. 3 second places, 3 fastest laps, 3 pole positions. Let's get Deeks in for an interview. See if we can get Deeks in here then. What racing this has been so far.
Hey boys.
Evening Deeks. Well,
hi Deeks.
That was opportunistic, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah, wasn't it? I knew it was going to happen. I just knew it was going to happen.
A bit of argy-bargy from the both of them, and you managed to nick the win.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping. I mean, I don't know what they're going to say. Whether the stewards will get involved, I doubt it. But if they did, I just needed to get as close as I could to them because they both had time penalties.
Yeah. I bet you didn't think you'd be that close though in the end.
No, swim fins. I was passing him, which to be fair to him, he pulled right over, but I passed him at the wrong point on that chicane. Or
Yeah.
that hairpin rather, and then I lost a load of time then. So, but it's good to see him squabbling.
It is, yeah. A second win for you in the Clios this season. You lead the championship by 29 points from Kieran.
Wow.
It's looking good at the moment, mate.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. Yeah.
What's your thoughts for the rest of the evening?
The next car, the Genettas, the GT4s, I really like those cars, especially around here.
Good. Well, best luck for the rest of the evening, buddy.
Brilliant, thanks a lot.
Cheers, bud. We've lost Peaceful Explosion. Hopefully we can get him back. Sutty, do you just want to say a few words while I take a quick toilet break?
Yeah, sure. It'll be exciting with the GT4s next. These are very tail happy. Make for good racing. I think Kieran has a good showing on this, and hopefully he does well. I think we're just waiting for a Peaceful Explosion to come back into the lobby.
And we're back. There's Peaceful.
He's back. Yeah, I was just saying about the GT4s, Matt, about all the tail happy. It should make for interesting racing.
Yeah, very rear end happy as we've lost swim fins, so hopefully we can get swim fins back. I don't know if it's worth starting qualifying. You can join the session up until the 2-minute mark, so I don't know if that's the thing we can start to do or if we're going to wait for swim fins. Either way, what racing we've seen tonight, Sutty.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, clean. That's what we like to see.
I think there was a few worries going into this week, wasn't there? Into both Group A and B, into a few, because with the track being so tight, and we've seen some fantastic races.
Oh, it's been really, really good. I think the problem with like A, I've just been struggling because the field's just so tight. I mean, Cleo's, I think every single one of us we've been less than a second for the whole field, nearly every race.
Yeah, it's been brilliant qualifying.
But it's just so difficult because if you make a mistake at the beginning, you just can't get through the pack.
And I think this was the thing with the quick guys from B getting promoted last season into A. Last year in A, you could make a mistake and now you could fight with possibly a couple to gain your positions. This year, different story, isn't it? Different story.
Oh, you make a mistake, that's it. You can maybe get 5 places, I think. Other than that, you're not going to be fighting up near the top again.
No, definitely not. Waiting for swim fins, I do believe now. So while we just wait quickly, let me take you through the GT4 Championship then for B. Kieran Argent leads the way in this one then by 18 points from Deeks, Clio Cup leader and winner of the last race. Rebby then sits third. Don Productions in fourth. So Don and Rebby teammates as from today. Fourth and third in the championship. That could really help each other going forward. Peaceful Explosion sits fifth. Big Boy Brazier 6th, as we know he's not here tonight. Dean Wasaki 6th in 7th. Greeny 8th. Lil Trev 9th. TMLS no longer with us 10th. Swimfins in 11th. Alfie 12th. Holty in 13th. BTC Reed 14th. James Dudley hasn't turned up yet. This is the 4th week in a row he's not been here. And Starscream in 16th place. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, Tin Top Tourers, Kieran and Peaceful lead the way. 42 points clear of H&D Motorsport, Deeks and Holty. Holty not having the best results in this one. So will his fortune turn around tonight? AJ Motorsport, Big Boy Brazier and Lil Trev, third then on 70 points. Team Wakasaki, fourth on 68. Wiggle Wiggle Racing on 60 points. Hard Compound on 58. Register Racing on 53. And K&G Racing on 46 points. I think the plan is Hashtag Don Reb says Ariel, aka Don Productions in the chat. Gary says Don and Rebby 1-2 in the GT4s. I think we're still waiting for swim fins. I'm not quite sure. Just been told via text messages that we are waiting for swim fins. Apparently he is coming back, so we're all readying up. So I wonder if we're just going to get qualifying underway. I was going to get someone in for a quick chat there, but we're getting underway for qualifying. Nonetheless, he will have to the 2-minute marker 2 join in and 2 jump into qualifying to help. Hopefully the swim fins can come back in time to set a lap. We'd hate for anybody to miss out in a session. I think this was the one you wanted to jump on board Dean Wasocki, wasn't it, in qualifying?
Let's give Dean a show, and he likes these cars.
He loves these cars.
He's doing it for the pad. He's doing it for the pad.
On your settings, I do believe, on the pad as well.
He does, yeah. We need to talk numbers later.
We do.
There's quite a few of them. There's quite a few who've got them now, including Gary.
Yeah, Gary asked for your settings the other night on the pad, didn't he, buddy? Clearly feels that he can't hack it without your settings, mate. The pad god, I think, is what he called you.
I don't know. He's given me his wheel settings, and that's still a work in progress.
So we're here then for the hard compound Ginetta Super Cup, GT4 Super Cup. 3 races left tonight. This one, the Porsches, and the main event, the touring cars then. Cracking night of racing. It's been very clean so far as well. Mazda not left the pits, neither is Greeny. Is he waiting for a bit of space, I wonder? Greeny looks to have. As away goes Greeny now. Has Mazda waited for some space, potentially? Oh, we're watching Mazda. This is Mazda coming out the pits now, apologies. So Mazda has waited a long time. And look at, this is what we mean, everybody out the hairpin, this is where it's going to be interesting. Out the hairpin on cold tyres, Sooty, everybody's going to lose the rear. You've got to control it well.
Oh, it's brilliant. They've all made it out the pits.
Yeah, that's the main thing, they've made it around turn 1. Someone's off actually at Cascades, that's Mazda. So, he's done well. Dean Wasocki, actually the first car on track. Look at him, the eager beaver. First car on track. And we're going to ride on board with him. Well, it's as if he knew. So let's stay on board Dean Wasocki for a lap then. We'll go on board on the car view. Obviously on pad, trying to be as smooth as he can be on a pad. Correcting the slide there you saw. So here we go. Cross the start finish line now. He will be the first man to set a lap on track. Brakes. Down 1 gear, back on the throttle ever so slightly, keeps it going. Swim fins is back into the service, so it's nice to have swim fins back. Welcome back, mate. Old corner done. Down through the avenue towards Cascades. Just easing that throttle around. You've got to be so gentle on the throttle here so that the rear doesn't step out. And Dean's done well there so far through Cascades. Down Lakeside towards the Island Bend. Probably has outbraked himself quite a bit there as he runs so wide. Needs to brake a bit early there. Neil says, come on Don, get your elbows out. He had his elbows out in the clears, Neil, if he wasn't here for that one. He had his elbows out then. Sure, they're out again. Kieran's in the pits. Here's up chicane then for Dean. Takes that well through the first bit and well through the second. To the right, cut back to the left of the track. Dean stays in the middle. Through Knickerbrook. Touch the curb on the left hand side. He does well. Don't run over that. That'll be a slowdown. Up the hill. Clay Hill we go. Pick as much pace up as you can. There's a little left kink there. Pick your braking zone for Druids. On the brakes, down 1 gear. Touches that chicane. You probably don't want to be as close to that chicane because that will happen. You want to try and keep it wider on entry. Well held from Dean indeed. And I know he'll be saying that himself in the party chat. As he brakes in towards Lodge Corner. Down Dearly. This isn't going to be too bad a lap to be fair, Sooty. In all fairness, he made the mistake at the hairpin and a bit of a twitch, but at 1:28.8, that's good time on the pad. Kieran then, he's just come out the pits. Other people starting to cross the line. Deeks has gone second. 1.6 off of Dean Wasocki. It's a good start for Dean. Peaceful's gone second now. He's 1.5 seconds behind Dean. Neil did see the clears. Good. Join Neil tomorrow night. Myself, Sutty, Gary might be there. Depends on how his Pauline is. Little Leach, AMH, Iceman, D-Biggs, Jack for the Group A event live on the channel from 8 o'clock, I do believe, with Kieran Argent tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. That should be interesting. Dean Wasocki at the minute currently still on pole position, provisional pole, on a lap that wasn't the best, so obviously everybody clearly had problems. Kieran's about to come and start his first flying lap. The man who leads the championship, possibly the man to challenge Dean for pole at the minute. We're on board. We come down towards Old Hall Corner. And he's run wide. So that's not the best.
I think maybe the tyres are not quite up.
No, probably a second lap, but when you've only got 5.5 minutes remaining, you've got to get your foot down and try and get as good a lap in as possible. And look at that, Team Wakasaki 1-2 at the moment. Mazda just 600th off of Dean Wasocki's time. So Dean Wasocki has actually put in, he's even gone quicker there. Look, he's 7/10 up the road now from Mazda. Dean Wasocki, maybe the man to beat. And as I say that, Deeks beats him. 0.08 of a second Deeks beats Dean Wasocki by. So close times at the minute from the top two. Mazda's obviously only done one lap. Deeks and Dean have done two. Rebby's about to finish his second lap. Where does this put him on the grid? He's actually not set a time. Does he set a time? He does. He goes 6th. The Don goes into 3rd. He's 0.6 off of Deeks' time as well now. No improvement elsewhere as people have crossed the line. Kieran's he needs to set a time. 43 seconds behind the leader. He was 44 seconds up through that last sector. So provided these two corners go well, it will be pole like you say, Sutty. Don't run wide there, that'll ruin your whole lap if you run wide there, and he didn't. Did it well. BTC Reed is in the pits with 4 minutes 20 left on the clock. And Kieran puts it on pole near enough a second quicker than Deeks. So all that close times. Greeny's gone 4th out of all of this. Where's Mazda? He'll be coming through to complete his second lap. On board with Deeks at the moment. Where's Mazda on track? Is he one of these about to cross the line? Let's see if he goes quicker. He's there. Wasn't any quicker that lap round. He's took 3 pole positions so far as Mazda tonight. Will be after a 4th. Dean Wasocki's within 3/10 now of Kieran as he's just crossed the line. So a good lap from Dean. He's getting quicker. Deeks goes even faster though. He's now 100th in front of Kieran Argent. Grant Reed in the chat says the lap time and the next lap time was taken away, so pitting can't handle the back end. Yeah, Grant, try running stable on this, mate. The car feels a bit better. Rebby also in the pits. Will he get back out to try and do a time? Holty down in 10th, crosses the line now, up to 4th. So it's Deeks from Kieran from Dean. Nobody's got closer to them. Holty's 4th, 8/10 away. Peaceful 5th. He's also 8/10 off. Don Productions down in 8th place. Can't seem to be getting any quicker here. Masters down in 9th, Alfie 10th, Rebby 11th. BT Reed, we know he's not going to set a time. Although he has actually came out the pitch with enough time to go. So let's see if he does set a time now. Swimfins also hasn't set a time here. The Don, he has a good following on a Wednesday night, does Don. Good fan base. It was all for Little Leach and NJ last year in Group B. It's now for the Don. As we know, we're fully aware one person in the chat has no fans, so never a fan base there. Kieran has a good following as well. I know you're a fan of Kieran, Sutty.
I am in these. I think he'll do well in these.
100th off of Deeks so far. What is he in Sector 1? Mazda's just gone into 3rd, 2/10 off a pole. So Team Wakasaki second row of the grid, and Deeks has gone even quicker. So Kieran's got to find 4/10 from somewhere now. I tell you what a close qualifying from Deeks, Kieran, Mazda and Dean Wasocki. A spinner at the chicane. Hopefully that doesn't catch Kieran out here. Can't quite see who that is. Either way, I don't think it has ruined Kieran's lap. Greeny's in the pits. That might be him done unless he comes back out pretty much straight away. See Greeny tend to pit towards the end of qualifying. So I wonder if that's him done for this session at least. Kieran comes down towards the start-finish line. That car in front, not that much of a nuisance at the minute, but Kieran runs probably a bit wide there. Bit squirmy from the car in front. Kieran will not want that to hamper his lap. And here he comes across the line. Is it any improvement? No. And a flash of the lights there, so that might hurt his lap this time round. And he's got to improve through the rest of the lap, otherwise that's that done. Car there behind spins. Where's Mazda and Dean? Here comes Mazda. Can he gain 6/10? He gained 3/10, and that's put him second at the moment, but he's still got to find 3/10. Here's Dean at the last corner, all sideways, as he really wants to get that power down now. Wants to try and close the gap. He needs 8.5 tenths. He's down on his time, but he'll get one more chance. Peaceful Explosion's just under a second away. Where's Holte? He's 7th, comes down towards the chicane. BTC Reid in the pits again. That'll be his qualifying done. Greeny's qualifying is also done. Here comes the Don towards Druids. Down in 9th at the moment. He's up there in the championship as well. He's running 4th in the championships. This is really one that he's going to want to get right. Rebby also down in 11th. He sits 3rd in the championship. Top Lil Trev has just put a time in for 2nd place. That's come from nowhere, to be honest. Not seen much of Lil Trev's times tonight, and he all of a sudden just under 3/10 behind the leader. Peaceful's outdone Dean, so that's knocked Dean down to 6th. What a tight qualifying this is. 8/10 separate the top 6 here. Where's Kieran? Comes out the final corner. This will be for the final time, so Kieran isn't going to get another lap in and dive straight into the pits. Here comes Mazda then. Car off at what looks to be the final corner. Hopefully that's not going to affect him. No car in the way there. It's buried in the wall with the looks of that. Mazda then. Will he improve? He needs to find 3/10. Can he do it? He has, and he set a fastest lap and goes 6/10 quicker than Deeks. And that's possibly at the moment 4 pole positions for Mazda tonight. Holte's there. Dean was socky. Where's he? Is he finishing his lap? He's in the pit, so no, he can't improve. Peaceful can. Lil Trev might be able to. Is Deeks still out on track? Not sure. Holte though. Deeks has just finished and couldn't improve. Holte is still on a lap. What a time from Mazda out of nowhere. Peaceful Explosion's just gone 2nd. So that's what he wants. But Mazda there, what a fantastic qualifying session for him. Provisional pole at the moment. And as it stands, his 4th pole position of the night. I think there's only this man to finish his times, Holte. He needs to find 1.9 seconds. We've lost Peaceful from the session. He will not be able to get back in for the race. Holte slides through that last corner. So we've lost Peaceful for this race. He did get 2nd. Deeks has been promoted up then. And Holte can't improve, I don't think. We will check. He improves, he goes 6th, but it's Mazda. 4 pole positions tonight for him. Leads from Deeks. Lil Trev, good qualifying session for him as well in 3rd place. Kieran Argent 4th. Dean Wasocki 5th. Holte 6th. Greeny 7th. Don 8th. Rebby 9th. Alfie 10th. Swinfin's 11th. BT Reid 12th. We lost Peaceful, who was 2nd on the grid. The lights are on. It's lights out and away we go here. Mazda again with a poor start, and that's Lil Trev who gets a fantastic start. Leeds going into turn 1. Deeks up into 2nd place. This Peaceful Explosion probably gets a bit of a nudge, I think, there from Dean Wasocki. No, it was Kieran who I think got a nudge from Dean. Side by side towards Cascades they go. This is going to be brave. Mazda side by side with Deeks up the inside and gets the move done. Dean also passed Kieran into Cascades. Where's Dean Wasocki there? There's Kieran. Dean with a bit of a slide. We've got one off in the background and Dean has lost it. Dean loses it there. Mazda then. He's 2nd again tonight. And Kieran late on the brakes. He's tapped Mazda round. Deeks avoided him, but he's tapped Mazda round. Carnage at the hairpin. Oh, it's been so clean all night. And the GT Froze has brought mayhem at the minute. Rebby's off. Swimfin's off. Who's out? That's Holte and I do believe Alfie. Rebby, Dean Wasocki's off. BTC Reid's not there neither, but it's Kieran. 2nd place now to Lil Trev. That will be under investigation. It was a bit of a lunge shutty as he tapped Mazda around from Kieran. They're a bit naughty.
I thought that, yeah, a bit naughty. He was a bit far back and closed in quite quick.
He did indeed. Greeny though up into 3rd with Don in 4th. Mazda though in the background in 5th. He's not going to be happy with that. But at the minute, he's got to find a way past the Don. It was hard enough in the Clios. It's going to be even harder in these. Don looks to make a move up the inside of Greeny. Plenty of room from Greeny there, and a great move from the Mermaid. Up the inside he goes. Greeny then tucks in behind Don. A flash of the lights you saw there from Mazda. He's going to be fuming in his cockpit. He's wanting to get the race win tonight. That's eluded him all night, and it's going to elude him again here unless he can get past these quickly. 15 minutes of these races now, so he has the extra 5 minutes to do it. He's on the wrong side of Greeny. Greeny's defending well, but Mazda looks to try and make a plan here. Does he try the cutback? Gets his foot down now. What's the run like as we go up Hilltop? Mayhem throughout. Deeks is down into 7th or 8th. Dean and Deeks all the time seem to run near each other on this graph. Mazda though running 5th. Kieran within a second to Liltrev. What a start from Liltrev. Missed the first race. 12th in the, missed the first race. Was 9th in the second race and 5th in the third. So improving in these. And that's Don who's made a mistake coming out of the Knickerbrook right-hander. Onto the grass and round he goes. He's managed to get back going in 5th. That is... It's Deeks Dean in 6th, not quite sure, but Mazda up to 4th now. Needs to pressure Greeny as the gap comes down between Liltrev and Kieran. Rebby's past Alfie and either Deeks Dean. Sorry, Sutty, go on.
I think Mazda's on the move. He won't be happy.
He won't be, he'll be fuming. He'll want to gain up to the back of Kieran there. Sutty, just jump on board whoever's in 6th for me. I need to make sure that's Deeks or Dean. It's Deeks, right, so Deeks runs 6th, Dean in 9th. We've sorted that one out. Now that one's done. Rebby just behind Deeks has a 7 second. I say just behind, he's actually 11 seconds behind. But the battle up front is down to half a second. And Kieran late on the brakes again, runs wide. Wants little Trev, who didn't seem to be able to get the best exit out the corner. There's Greeny in the background. Mazda just behind Greeny. Will Kieran tap Lil Trev round for the lead, or will he try and find his way through quite cleanly? He can't get it done into the chicane there. Got to watch out for these tyre walls as well. They can hurt your race badly. Two battles, one at the front.
Greeny.
He is, one at the front, one just behind. 6/10 separate these two. And 3/10 out front. BTC Reed has entered the pit lane. Did he pick up a drive-through at the start, I wonder? Not sure. Either way, he's in the pit lane. In fact, he's leaving the pits now. So Swinfins just passes him. So they're already going to come up to lap BTC Reed and Swinfins then on this lap. But I think Reed is still in the pits. So while coming up to lap Swinfins, who's coming down towards Cascades on the mini-map. You see the blue dot is Swinfins as he is a lap down. Mazda though, looking, doesn't send one there. Got to be careful in these cars. You don't want to get the power down too early and lose the rear. Good showing from Greeny at the moment. He's had non-finish in the first week, a 4th and a 14th. So this could be his best finish in these cars. Mazda, who was with us at Brands at Indy, got a 2nd place in these. So he's looking to get it one better as Kieran late on the brakes at the hairpin again. Nearly touches the back of... Oh, that's Mazda off. As he lost it under braking, that tyre wall's bounced him in the right direction at least. That's Swinfins rejoining track there after the leaders have lapped him. Is he going to start a Mazda's way? Let's hope so. We'd hate to see the back marker get in the way. Kieran easing the throttle. Like Kieran at the hairpin though seems a lot later on the brakes than Lil Trev, and nearly ran into the back of him. That pressure that Mazda was building on Greeny's now gone. The gap down to 4 seconds is coming down though. So we'll see if Mazda can get on the back of Greeny. There is Greeny in the background, and you can't see Mazda. Deeks is up into 5th. He's past the Don. Rebby 7th and Alfie 8th. They both have a time penalty. Dean Wasocki down in 9th. Holty 10th. BTC Reed 11th. And Swinfins in 12th. That's Lil Trev. So has he made a mistake? Did Kieran tap him under braking? We're not quite sure there, but Lil Trev has dropped down to 4th place. Was leading so well, we didn't quite see what happened, but Kieran now leads the race from Greeny from Mazda. The gap closing to Greeny and Kieran, and Mazda's gaining on Greeny. So this could be interesting with 8.5 minutes to go, but Little Trev, not sure what happened there. We'll have to speak with Kieran if he wins the race after to see what did happen. As they come up the hilltop, does Kieran. The gap ever so slightly rises. Obviously, as Greeny comes through the hairpin, it will drop again now. The gap to Mazda is also coming down. It's this back end and the first part of the circuit where you'll see the true gap of these guys. Obviously the slower corners of the hairpin and the chicane won't help, as Kieran will be on the power before them. You'll see the gap start to come down. Peaceful Explosions joined back. He'll be with us for the Porsche race, thankfully enough. After he disconnected, Kieran a bit twitchy there. He'll want to make sure he holds that. Mazda, there's Greeny in the background. Kieran actually looks like now the times have started to settle down a bit. Kieran looks like he's actually pulled away from Greeny slightly there. Dean Wasoki's past Rebby. Holty down in 10th. Dean Wasocki actually has a podium in these cars. So would really, ideally, like to finish in a better place. A podium in a 9th and a non-finish. And he's down to 10th, so he's obviously lost out to Holty and Rebby there. No podium for him today. The Don's down in 6th after Deeks has passed him. Deeks has also passed Little Trev, so he's up to 4th now. That's what he'll want, as well as he tries to gain on the championship leader. There's Alfie. I think that's BTC Reed he's just lapped there. There's Rebby in 8th. He's about to start his 6th lap. I do believe that Swimfin is just behind him, the lapped car. That's Holty round. There's Dean Wasocki, who has to just brake a bit there as Holty was spinning the car around. So that might be one for the stewards. We'll have to see. Knowing Dean, he'll probably moan about it and then not send the video in. We'll have to wait and see. As he's squirming around there. Qualified well, did Dean, and just not raced well today in this race. There's Swimfins at the back. Unfortunately for him, he was actually quicker than Dean on the last lap, so there's a positive for you, bud. As round he goes at the hairpin. Kieran, though, back to cross the line with 6 minutes remaining to start the 7th lap of this race. 15-minute race, don't forget here. Mazda is gaining on Rebby, on Greeny, within a second of Greeny now. I think Kieran's too far in front to challenge for a race win as we head under 6 minutes, but Mazda will want a 4th second place tonight. He just can't make that step up to the top one. As a fastest,
always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, that's it. Fastest laps and pole positions, but just a second place. It's his starts that's let him down. And Greeny's touched the grass and round he goes. And that'll be Mazda into second. That'll be easier than what he wanted, so he's got that bit more time now that he's not going to lose time trying to pass Greeny to gain on Kieran. Does he have enough time left in the race? We've lost Peaceful again. Hopefully we can get him back for the Porsches. Oh, Greeny's lost it there. Was running well. He's still third. Can Deeks gain on him? Deeks is 3 seconds behind him. Here is Deeks, winner of the Clios. There's Greeny at the bottom of your screen. There's Deeks. Don should just come over the top of the hill. Oh no, actually it's Lil Trev, who's 8 seconds behind these two. But Mazda, gap not really coming down. Peaceful's back, so we've got him back. Brilliant. Gap slowly comes down to Kieran. There's Kieran under the bridge that you just see at the bottom of your screen. This is going to be some fantastic racing. Mazda's really going to want to try and get that top step of the podium here, and he's really going to want to try and do it sooner rather than later. He just can't seem to get that final bit. His start seemed to let him down. Gap though, 5.5 seconds. We're on lap 8, 4.5 minutes remaining in this race. If he's got to do it, he's got to take a second or more out of Kieran each lap. The time has come down from Kieran. There is Kieran at the bottom of your screen, who is racing away with this. What a race Kieran's having. Mazda needs him to make a slight mistake here or there. Field well strung out in this one, Sutty.
Oh, they are now. I was just about to say. Normally we have like a couple of battles that we can look at, but there doesn't seem to be many on today.
Is that Kieran off now? He's just caught the grass. Yeah, exactly. Not many battles in the GT4s. Might not be like that tomorrow night in the Group A battle. We may get a few more battles. Oh, that's a back marker staying out the way. Keeps out the way well. Kieran's ran wide onto the grass and manages to rejoin. That's just going to allow Mazda to catch up by a tenth or two, but he's going to have to lap the back marker. There is Mazda in the background. His lights are on. 3.5 minutes. We come round start lap 9. There's Greeny in the background as well. So who's had a quiet race we've not really seen much of in this one is Deeks up in 4th. Sort of bided his time and has got up there. Hopefully the back marker keeps out of Mazda's way. This is what we'll be wanting. Mazda 1.5 seconds quicker than Kieran. I said he needs to take a good amount of time out of him, and he did that last lap. But he's got to get past the back marker. Down towards Cascade is not going to be the right place to do it. But the back marker's moved to a side and lets Mazda through, so that's good. That's what we want to see. Gap down to 4.3 seconds. There is Kieran. It was Swimfins who kept out the way well, so good job from Swimfins there to keep out the way. He's got Greeny coming up as well. BTC Reed. Not really seen much of him today. He's just off there, still getting used to it. Bless him. There's Dean Wysocki. Qualified strong, but racing really poorly in this one today. He wished he could have raced better, I'm sure. 8 seconds to Holty is the gap. There's BTC Reed. There's Holty. He's got Alfie just 2 seconds up the road, but with a penalty, so we might want to get on the back of that to see if he can gain a place or two there. Holty and Rebby with penalties. And Alfie might actually have another one as he's ran wide at turn 1. Not the strongest of nights from Alfie tonight. He's ran a bit better than this and hasn't ran well here. Rebby, 7th place there then. Here's Dom Productions. Span off early on in the race and he's just not really seemed to recover from it. 14 seconds Little Trev got to get. These are a hard car to drive, as Sutty was saying earlier. But nonetheless, there's Little Trev. 4 seconds is Green up the road from Little Trev. So Greeny must have had a mistake because Deeks is now up on a podium spot. The gap between Mazda and Kieran is down to 3.5 seconds with 1.5 minutes left. So this lap and probably another as Little Trev's round. Where's Don? Does Don not have enough time to come and pass him? Little Trev and Swimfins just both rejoining there and sort of come together. Swimfins lets him back through. No, Don didn't have enough time to come back through. Holty has passed Alfie. So Dean Wysocki not far from Alfie. There's Greeny now running 4th. Deeks said we'd not seen much of him in this race. On the podium here. The gap 3.1. It's down to 2.9. Mazda is on a charge here. Has Kieran made a few mistakes or is Mazda just pumping in the lap times? There is Kieran going up Clay Hill. We're going to get one more lap in. I think Kieran's got enough here to do it. One mistake though and Mazda's right in.
They're coming up to back markers, Matt. They could play a big part in this.
Could play a massive part in this. Kieran, you can see the rear lights flashing, so obviously flashing a back marker. Who is that? I think that's BTC Reed. And Kieran's had to take to the grass to try and go around the outside of him. That's not what he wants.
The grass is not good in these.
No, you do not want to be on the grass in these. Mazda just a second quicker than Kieran, just under. The gap down to 2.5 seconds. He's really got to get his foot down if he wants his first win tonight. He's got to lap the same back mark as Kieran has though. He's going to go around the outside. It isn't a place you want to see him, but Mazda actually made easy work of that. The gap down to 2.5. There's Kieran. Now will Mazda take this to the stewards box as Kieran spanning round at the hairpin on lap 1. Will he take that to the stewards box? If so, could inherit a race win. I'm sure he'd rather do it on the track though. In towards Hislop chicane. Don't touch that sausage curb at the back. He doesn't. Cut to the left. He's off through Knickerbrooks. That is a back marker off there. I do believe that's Swimfins who's reversing in front of Mazda. And Mazda's had to take to the grass. That could have ended a lot worse than what it was. But that's probably gave Kieran the race win. I think Mazda's heart may have been in his throat there.
As well, Matt.
I know, he's done a good job all night. And the reverse is on as Mazda's coming. His heart may have been in his throat there. But it's going to be this man, Kieran, who's going to take a first place. Going to take the race win. Mazda's going to come home and take a second, although look how close it is. He's not going to have enough of a run coming up to that final. No, so Kieran takes the race win from Mazda. Deeks is going to take a good third place, provided he can get through all right and unscathed. Yeah, Deeks is going to come home in third. Greeny's going to take a good fourth place for him. He's through the last corner well, so a good fourth place for Greeny. Don's past Little Trev, so he's going to come home in fifth. Or is he actually? How far has he got? He's got 4 seconds on Little Trev. But he's still got one corner to go now. Mazda will be gutted. If he didn't have that to take to the grass with swim fins, Mazda could have won that bit. Gone round the final corner nice and easily. So he's going to come home and take a 5th. I think that's Lil Trev. He's going to come and get 6th place. We'll have to wait and see on Rebby and Holty, as they're quite close on track, but Rebby has penalties. Is Holty going to inherit 7th? Yes. So Holty takes a 7th place. Rebby is going to come home in 8th. Dean Wasocki's going to get a 9th. Not the race he'd have wanted after that good qualifying.
It's unfortunate for Dean.
Yeah, good qualifying for him, and it's just gone wrong in the race. He's going to come home in 9th. Alfie's already finished in 10th. With BTC Reed in 11th and Swimfins bringing up the rear in 12th. So again, we've got to talk about the back marker reversing on track there as Mazda could have took that win. Who got fastest lap? I do believe
Mazda again.
Yeah, Mazda again it looks like. So four second places, 4 pole positions and 4 fastest laps. When is the win going to come? Let's get Kieran in for an interview. When is that race win going to come for Mazda tonight? Because he's 4 second places, 4 pole positions, 4 race wins, 4 fastest laps. He just can't seem to get over the line in that first place.
I believe it's only a matter of time. He's banging on the door. He's had consistent results. You would think he was unlucky with Kieran. But we'll see what Kieran has to say. He is.
Well done, Kieran.
Yeah, panicked with a heart attack on the last corner. I don't know if you caught it on the stream.
No, I think we seen you run a bit wide, but just missed it.
Yeah, no, obviously I'd turned into the corner, the back end come round, then the front oversteered, then understeered into the last corner and managed to keep it out of the key there.
Not quite sure if you've seen what happened to Mazda. I think Mazda, you're quite lucky in a way because Mazda had an incident with swim fins. The swim fins reversed back onto track coming up Clay Hill, had to take to the grass. Mazda could have won that race with your problem then at the end.
Yeah, no, I must admit I did back off last 2 laps just to try and consolidate the lead. I felt I was pushing and making a couple of mistakes here and there, so I decided to try and just hold place.
Yeah.
When I went past Swimfins, he didn't move for me. I don't know what happened after I went past, or if Swimfins were Alfie and Alfie colours. I don't know who it was. But yeah, I'm glad to extend my lead in the championship, but obviously winning the race, and hopefully move on to the next one, get a few more.
One question I want to ask.
Kieran.
Go on, Sutty.
As we know, Kieran, I'm a fan of yours, especially in these, especially doing it for the pad with my settings again. But can you talk us through that incident with the on the hairpin that you had with Mazda?
With Mazda, yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Sorry to put a taint on your win, but we'd like you to talk us through it.
It wasn't. I say it's just one of them. I think it's one of them racing incidents. It wasn't intentional. I broke the same point all race, and it just. I don't know if it come together. I didn't really know what happened, whether he all turned in or not. I wasn't.
Yeah, I think you managed to.
I think contact.
I think you managed to go up the inside of one core and then just tap Mazda around slightly. I think because he was like turning around the corner. But one for maybe the steward box. We'll see what Mazda reckons on it. Yeah. What's your thoughts going into the Porsche and touring cars, though, mate?
Touring cars. I think I'm going to struggle. I've struggled with them all week.
Yeah.
Especially being automatic gears mostly at the time.
Yeah.
Porsches. As people know, not my strongest suit, but again, I'll give them a go.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm not focusing on one championship, obviously I'm obviously to do, but 3 wins in a row in this one before it goes to the stewards box, if it does.
Yeah.
Can only be a good thing.
Well, with the updated table, mate, that pushes 27 points clear of Deeks. So a good gap at the moment after this race. So we'll see what happens.
Even if I do get to second, I was holding a 5-second lead.
Yeah.
Up till the last lap on the last corner, so I was. Even if I did get a penalty, I still would have that gap.
Yeah.
To claim the win, but then obviously I had the
incident at the end and.
At the end, just lack of concentration or what I don't know, but yeah, heart in mouth moment. My heart was through me lungs.
Well, best luck.
We did notice.
We
did notice throughout the just a quick one. We did notice throughout the racing, Kieran, that you seem to brake a lot later than a lot of other people into the hairpin as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I tend to brake, depending on the class, obviously, around the meter board, one of the meter board, but I don't know which one it is. Just before the class, depending on the class. And like I've done for all week in practice with you guys on the weekly sessions or daily sessions, you're just trying to find that braking point. Last season, I struggled to find a braking marker in each class.
Yeah. Well, it seems to come good for you at the moment. Best luck with forward in the evening.
No, thank you
well
very
done. Well done, Kieran.
So, obviously one that he said may go to the steward box. That will be interesting if it does, because Mazda will inherit the race win. I'm sure he'd rather have got it on the track. So, Kieran from Mazda from Deeks on the podium. Good race for Deeks. A quiet race, but keeps up.
He's there again.
He is. I'm going into the Porsche Carrera Cup now, the British Touring Car Chat Porsche Carrera Cup. This championship is, the top 4 are separated by 3 points. So Deeks actually leads it in terms of race results from Don, both tied on 43 points. Greeny's then 1 point behind on 42, with Rebby on 40. Holt is 5th on 32. Kieran Argent himself is on 28. Peaceful's on 26. Big Boy Brazier 22. Dean Wasocki 20. Lil Trev on 19. TMLS 17. Alfie on 11. Swimfin 7. BTC Reed 5. James Dudley and Starscream haven't scored. The top... where are we? The top 4 separated by 3 points, but anybody at the moment at this stage can still win this. 38 from BTC Reed to the leader isn't a lot of points to make up. So something that everybody can think of. Deeks has raced solidly tonight, a first and a third. Let's give you the stats for the Porsche, see who's done what.
I wonder if Deeks will think about points again and maybe be a bit more conservative with it being that tight.
He seems to be. He seemed to have had a quiet race in the last one, and it paid off for him with a third place, didn't it? So
He just always seems to be there or thereabouts, lurking.
He does, yeah. So race winners in this one: Big Boy Brazier had a win, Greeny's had a win, and Don Productions has had a win. Deeks leads the championship with a 5th, a 3rd, and a 2nd. So that's, I think me and Ben have spoke about it in weeks before. Colin Turkington has won championships by winning 1 or 2 races in a season. You don't need to win the races to win the title. I didn't win a race in the GT5 Juniors last year and won the title. Tyler won this title in Group B without winning a race. So very, very easy to win one by being consistent. Mazda also won at Brands Indy. Mazda's had a win, Big Boy Brazier's had a win, and Don has had a win. Greeny inherited the win from Mazda, I do believe. I'm not quite sure, but either way, Mazda has actually won at Brands Indy, not Greeny, I do apologise. And Don has had a win in these. Big Boy Brazier with the first win of the season. So Mazda's winning these at Brands Indy. Can he win in these again tonight? Gary says Mazda for the win, Holty 2nd, Don 3rd. Neil says Holty for the win, Don 2nd, Mazda 3rd. Alfie says let's go. And we are going. Let's asking the chat who should we ride on board and join for this one. Who's still in the pit? Swimfins, BTC Reed. Not everybody leaving at the same straight away here. People wanting to get out at different time. Mazda's doing that. Greeny's also doing that. That's either Deeks or Dean Wasocki's doing that. BTC Reed's doing that, and Swimfin's also doing that. We've lost somebody. We've lost Swimfin, so hopefully we can get Swimfin's back. That is Dean Wasocki still in the pits. He's just come out of the pits. Mazda is also still in the pits. So as Dean Wasocki and Mazda looking for an opening, looking for something, a bit of a gap on the track. Mazda's coming down the pit lane now. That's Lil Trevor, I think, who's just gone round, or Alfie who's just gone round. We'll go on board Don Productions for a lap. As he's the first man on track, we'll go on board him and get a lap in with him on this now. So there we go, he comes out the final corner in the Porsches. And he's round. So his lap isn't going to be the best one. Here's Dean Wasocki coming through the Hislop chicane. Here's Kieran. There we go. Stay on board with Kieran for a lap as he's just come through Lodge Corner. Do down Deer Leap up towards Old Hall now. Brakes, drops down to 4th, into 3rd, easy on the throttle as the car seems to want to slide away from him there. Up into 4th gear then as he's come through Old Hall down the avenue. Through Denton's that little kink of a right-hander. Into Cascades then we go. Round to Lakeside Straight. Lovely part of the track there. She can really open up the car before a tight hairpin at the Island Bend. Gets round it well. There he goes, straight back on the power. Let the car straighten up. Up through Hilltop. Over the brow. You can see Hislop's just in front. Peaceful Explosion we've lost as well. Hopefully we can get him back. Brakes a bit later there, and round goes Kieran. So let's finish the lap with Holty. So we've gone up Clay Hill, we've gone through Druids and Knickerbrook as well. Coming down Warwick Bridge towards Lodge Corner. This will be the first timed lap. Holty looking quick in this one. Where does he actually... What's his results been? A 4th and 8th and a 5th. No poles or fastest lap in this. So can he get his first pole position in this championship? Well, at the minute it's a 1:23.6 to beat. So a very good time indeed. Here's BTC Reed just coming through the Hislop chicane. To the right, come over left. Lil Trev's gone quicker by a second. Deeks has just gone 3rd. Not the best lap from Deeks. He'll want to improve. There's Dean Wasocki. He's about to finish his lap as he comes through Druids. You can just hear on Dean's car there as he comes through Druids. He just can't quite get the power down straight away as he'd like. Down through Deer Leap he goes. 9th and 11th and an 8th in these for Dean's. Not the best results. He'll want a good one here. Puts it on pole by 8/10 at the minute. So a cracking lap from Dean Wasocki at the moment. Swimfins is back. That's good. We need Peaceful back now. And then that'll be everybody in. Don and Mazda, the only two to not set a lap. And Mazda's gone 2nd. 3/10 slower than Dean Wasocki. So at the minute, Dean is on provisional pole. Just under 6 minutes remain. Here goes the Don. He's trying again this time to get a lap in. Teaming up with Rebby tonight, as we are aware. Around the final corner, down through Deer Leap. What's his lap time going to be this time around? Is it going to be anything close to Dean Wasocki as Holty's only gone 200ths away? No time he's put in there. Swimfins has just rejoined the server. So Swimfins is back. Don's still not put a time in, but Holty's gone 200ths away from Dean Wasocki. Lil Trev's up into 4th now as Kieran's just gone 3rd. He's only a 10th off. The top 6 separated by 8/10. Deeks is 6th. Where is Deeks? Is he about to do a lap? We know Mazda's going to finish his lap soon. No, Deeks has already done a lap and is half a second up through the first sector. Does Dean go any quicker this time round? Yes, he does. He's 7/10 quicker than Holty. What a lap from Dean Wasocki at the moment on provisional pole. 4.5 minutes remain. Mazda's only in 5th, so Dean's done that good a lap. Only the top 4 are separated by just under a second. And Holty, Kieran have got to find 7/10. Lil Trev's got to find 8/10. Deeks and Mazda's got to find... In fact, Deeks got to find a 2.5 from somewhere. I think he's up this at the moment. Spinner there, stays out of the way. That's Deeks' teammate Holty keeping out of the way. So Holty doesn't look like he's going to get a better lap in this time round. Don and Swimfin's still not done a lap. Peaceful Explosion isn't back yet. We hope he can get back. He's got 2 minutes to rejoin us. So hopefully he can get back in. Can Deeks get close to pole? Deeks takes pole just by a 10th from Dean Wasocki. So interesting to see what he can do this time around. Deeks, great lap there from him. Holty now 3rd, Kieran 4th, Lil Trev 5th, Mazda's down in 6th. Peaceful is back, so that's good to see. He's back in time. Hopefully he can settle up. Alfie's in the pits. Where's Dean Wasocki? Kieran, not any improvement there. Where's Dean? He's there. He's coming over the start line. Any improvement? No. Only needed to find a 10th and he can't find it there. So it's a Dean. It's the DEA's front row at the moment. It's no S-Class veteran, but it's the DEA boys. And Dean will run wide there. That will more than likely be a slowdown. And that will ultimately affect his lap. Here's Holty, third. Kieran's running in fourth. Mazda, 1.2 off the pace at the moment. Not having the best of times, unfortunately, so far. We'll get to see Kieran's second sector time in just a moment as he comes up Clay Hill. Will he be up? Needs to find 9/10 from somewhere as Deeks went even quicker. What's he going to be up? He's actually down by a tenth, so he's going to have to do well to make 9/10 up. There's Mazda. Not long gone through sector 1, so we'll see his time at sector 2 in just a moment. Peaceful is in with 2.5 minutes left. Will get a lap in. And where's Don? Don's 7th, so he's managed to get a lap in as well. Deeks is in the pits. Now, I don't know why that is. Is he going in and coming straight back out? Not sure. Mazda is 2 seconds up on his delta. So that is good news. He will take pole by 0.8 of a second, and it will be provisional pole for a 5th time tonight at the moment. Peaceful Explosion we've lost again, so unfortunately that's going to be him missing this race. Mazda rounds the final corner, gets it a bit sideways as he drifts round. Revy's in the pits. He may be done. I think Deeks is done as well. Mazda crosses the line and goes pole by 1.3 seconds. As Sutty says, fantastic. That's going to take some beating, Sutty.
That is going to take some beating. That is a phenomenal lap.
And he loses it.
Yeah, we maybe shouldn't have left it on him there.
If he can rejoin in time, he may get enough in for one more. Deeks is still in the pit, so he's not going to get another lap in. Dean Wysocki running third now.
I wonder if Deeks is going to regret that.
He may regret that, but then again, he may take his hat off
back to the pit.
He could still lose out to Dean Wysocki. Yeah, Holty's just gone 1.6 behind Mazda. He's improved. Only 3 tenths behind his teammate. The Don's gone up to 5th above Kieran. Kieran's dropped to 6th. Does he cross the line and improve any? No. No improvement.
I found actually around this track when we've been doing practice races and things like that actually starting second isn't too bad a thing because you've got the inside for the first corner if you get a good run.
Yeah, and I tell you what,
good start.
Mazda's not had the best of starts tonight, so if I was Deeks, Dean or Holty, maybe even Don and Kieran, I'd be interested in trying to do him on the line here.
They may be sitting pretty.
30 seconds remain. Here comes Dean Wysocki. Is he up on his delta time? Peaceful's joined, but he's going to unfortunately miss this race. Dean's 1 second down on his delta, so I don't think any improvement from Dean. Here's Holty. He's 1.9 down, so he's not going to improve any. I think we've seen Mazda put in the lap of a lifetime there and take what will be a 5th pole position in 5 races. What can Don do? 2.2 behind Mazda. Can he gain on Holty or Dean or Deeks? Can he get pole? He's improved, but it's just not enough to move him up out of 5th, unfortunately. Here's Greeny. He's not had the best of qualifyings to say he's been up there. Just been told from the admin that we need to mention. Oh, well, notice. Sorry, I've just been told from the admin that using the reset button in qualifying isn't allowed unless you're on your roof. The reset button isn't allowed. Just to make that aware. But it's Mazda who takes a fantastic pole position from Deeks. Again, another solid result from him. Dean Wysocki, good qualifying session for him. Greeny in 4th, so a good lap at the end. As we said, he had a quiet one. Holty 5th, Don 6th, Kieran down in 7th, work to do. Lil Trev 8th, Rebby 9th, Alfie 10th, BTC Reed 11th, Swimfins 12th, and we have lost Peaceful Explosion from this race. What a lap from Mazda.
Up there again, first and third. Unreal. What a lap from Mazda.
That'd be good enough to challenge Gary tomorrow. That would.
It's up there.
That's one of them laps where everything just comes together and just clicks in that lap.
Yeah. Fortunately, I haven't had many of them.
He's got to make this one count off the line now. It's lights out and away we go. He's got away well here. Someone bogged down on the second row. Dean also away well. Deeks up the inside. There's a collision on the start line. And 3 cars spinning. Has Deeks managed to keep it from... Dean's managed to keep it from Deeks. So it's a team Wakasaki 1-2. H&D Motorsport run 3rd and 4th. Dean Wasaki under pressure from Deeks already. Just comes back across. He's going to want to keep a tight line into the hairpin as Deeks isn't going to mess around. They break into the hairpin. Is that Kieran? Oh, he breaks late again. I don't know what Kieran's doing there. And Dean's lost it on the grass. Ruined what was a fantastic start. He joins in 4th, but he may lose more. Kieran Sutty needs to be careful on them brakes.
He does need to be very careful. I thought he was going to collect Dean there.
Definitely, but this man off the line well, and he's up the road and gone already. It looks like he's making this one count. Dean is in 4th place. BTC Reed, shout out to him, from 12th to 5th. What a good opening lap he's had, just ahead of his teammate. Dean Wasaki though was 2nd and has ruined that. Hopefully he can try and get on the back. BTC Reed there with his teammate just behind in the background then. So it's a team Wakasaki versus a team H&D Motorsport at the moment. Mazda from Deeks, from Holty, Dean, BTC Reed, Alfie, Greeny, Kieran Argent, Rebby, Swimfin's Lil Trev. We've actually lost a driver. The Don isn't there.
Looks like Don.
Yeah, we've lost the Don. Not sure what's happened to him, but we've lost Don from this one. BTC Reed very wide there as Alfie's going to look to make a move. Alfie not had the best of night so far tonight. But look at Deeks, he's got to try and close down Mazda.
He's on it, Matt.
He is on it. Runs a bit deep though at the hairpin, Sutty. Hopefully he can rejoin well. That's his teammate behind, Dean. Oh, actually, I thought he was going to run a bit wide than that, but doesn't. Swimfins is in the pits. Did he jump the start? Not sure. Deeks pushing that hard that he's just ran a bit wide. Swimfins comes out the pits. So not sure what's happened to Swimfins there.
Looks like a drive through.
Yeah, potentially. Alfie on the back of BTC Reed here. Greeny up front. Flash of the lights from Alfie. Wants to get past him. So then in terms of the points table in this Porsche race at the moment, Deeks up there. Don's gone, so that's bad for his championship at the moment. Greeny running mid-pack. Rebby not having the best races in nights. Deeks will extend his championship hopes here. Holty in 5th will also help him. Dean Wasaki, this will do him a world of good. He was only 23 points behind. Will gain as Alfie takes to the grass there. Can he get past?
We had a bit of door banging there.
Oh, he's ran wide. He's onto the grass. Takes down the advertising board. That's Rebby, who looks to go around the outside. Is he going to switch to the inside? He does. Can he get it done into Old Hole Corner? He's going to send it. No, he's not. Sutty would have sent it there. Without a doubt, Sutty would have sent that. The Mermaid's gone. Kieran on the back of... Who's that? That's Holty. Holty's had a moment and Dean's up to 3rd now. So Kieran on the back of Holty manages to get it stopped into the hairpin this time round. Mazda has a 2.5 second lead from Deeks. Dean just behind Deeks by 2.5 seconds. And it's Holty. Kieran 5th. That's Greeny in the background. He's going to want to make up some places here. Back to this battle between Alfie, BTC Reed and Rebby. Alfie now on the back of Reed. Wants to get the move done. Reed, they all seem to cut the corner there. Where does Alfie look to do the move? There, because Reed makes a mistake and on the grass he goes. Will he rejoin safely? He does! No, he doesn't! He taps Alfie round! Oh, and Rebby's been collected in all of this! Alfie's got away with it pretty cleanly! That's unfortunate, Ariel in the chat. He got a perfect start, got punched off at the chicane. And got punched off again. He got punched off 3 times with the signs of that, so that's why he's in the pits. He will be back to try and make it 3 touring car wins in a row, but Kieran Argent all over the back of Holt. He's going to want to make the move done. 3 tenths. We've seen how hard it is to pass here with Mazda not being able to get through all night. That's Dean Wasaki.
We know where Kieran likes to send it, Matt.
We do know where Kieran likes to send it. Hopefully he can get it done and get it done cleanly. That's Dean Wasaki just in front. He's going to want to get his head down and not make any mistakes to keep what could be another podium here. Kieran actually doesn't send it. That's probably the earliest he's braked in this car. And he's got to sort of attack and defend from Greeny at the same time. Look at the run that Greeny's got. They're side by side. They're rubbing doors down over the hilltop towards the chicane. They touch. Nothing of that. But Kieran tries to brake late and has to cut the chicane a bit. Keeps the position from Greeny. For the time being, this has allowed Holty to pull away. And Holty's now on the back of Dean Wasocki. This battle, though, for 5th place here, Kieran and Greeny. Greeny's up there in this championship, as is Kieran. Easing it round that final corner there. Kieran on Greeny as we come down to the final corner. Mazda's already on his 5th lap, 2.8 seconds in the lead at the minute. Greeny runs wide, that will probably pick up a slowdown. He's already got a time penalty, so does Rebby. Holty though on the back of Dean Wasocki. Dean's not going to want to make a single mistake. He's driving a fantastic race at the moment. He's had an up and down night. He'll want a podium here, no doubt. Tests with Dean quite a lot in the week. Does me and Sutty. We know he's a lad who just wants to improve and get better. And you can see he gets better week after week. Holty again, he's another good lad. He wants to just get quicker and quicker as well. Tested with him a little bit earlier in the week. Dean runs a bit wide there. Goes to the inside to cover it off. Holty didn't get the best runs. Greeny has passed Kieran Argent. You'll see them come up over the hill there. So Greeny is passed. Oh, Dean gets a wiggle on, and that's allowed Holty up the inside. And unfortunately for Dean, just makes a little mistake that's forced him down to 4th. He's got to get rid of these little errors. If he got rid of them, Holty wouldn't be 3rd at the minute, but the leaders have gone. The gap staying at about 2.5 seconds to Mazda from between Mazda and Deeks, but they are well up the road from this little battle. Holty's 8 seconds behind his teammate. H&D though, they're going to take good points in this. They already lead the way in the constructors, and they're going to improve that at the minute. But Team Wakasaki scoring good at the minute with a 1st to 4th. Kieran looks to attack Greeny. Kieran with a nice clean car, undamaged. Kieran Greeny's car is damaged to bits. Forces Kieran onto the grass. Nothing wrong with that, I don't think, to be fair. Greeny runs wide. That's going to be a slowdown. Kieran's got to think cleverly, though. He's got to... He knows Greeny's got penalties, but he'll want to catch up to Dean Wasocki. Gary in that chat, just to put it out there, we practice most evenings, and Group B lads are more than welcome to join. Just add us on the PS4, and we'll get you with some laps. Yep, just add me or Sut it, or get Gary131 added, and we'll get you in for some laps. If you're wanting to practice in the week, we're always on most nights. Drop us a message, or just see if we're on and join the session. There's Lil Trev running 9th. Sutty normally the host of the lobbies. Always got a bit of practicing in each car, and then we do a bit of a fun race after, just to have a bit of a cool down sort of thing, a bit of a giggle. That's Kieran avoiding Swimfins, who's now been lapped.
Normally results in Gary not being able to breathe.
So Greeny has penalties. They're catching up to the back of Dean Wasocki. Dean will know Greeny's got penalties and will not probably want to fight him too much with Kieran being there. He'll actually want Dean's just got a penalty himself as I talk about it. The gap to Mazda and Deeks now 4 seconds. Mazda is well in front. We've not even seen Mazda and Deeks in this because of there is Deeks as I say it, because of how far in front he is. There's Mazda. I hear a car there. Oh, where's that? I must be off wide at the hairpin. There he is. That's BTC Reed, who rejoins in front of Deeks. That's a bit naughty.
He's very smooth, Mark.
Mazda?
Yeah, very smooth.
Very smooth. Very smooth on the wheel. Good sim racer. Very good sim racer. Very clean as well, so you don't really see, as we've seen tonight, you don't really see him make silly moves. He always has a look, but doesn't seem to make silly moves. And has raced really well. Greeny has just passed Dean Wasocki, so Dean down to 5th now. Was second.
I'll get off Mazda so we don't curse him.
Here is Greeny. You can hear Dean Wasocki in the background. Does Dean have a look here? That was Holty just going around Druid's corner. Dean's not far behind Greeny. There's the mini-map. Come on, Dean is actually a bit far behind now. He must have dropped back that corner. Kieran has dropped well off the back of Greeny, so Greeny's got his head down. That's going to be a slowdown though, or just another second penalty for Greeny. That's BTC Reid off. Green, his teammate, reverses. Oh, stay there, he does. We've seen back markers time and time again reverse on. We've seen it, Swinfins do it to Mazda in the first race, but he's got away with it so far.
Oh, Diggs has gone straight on.
He has. That allows Holty to gain on him, and that's given Mazda even more of a gap. Like Gary says, Sutty in the chat, some superb races with Mazda in practice. I think the practice with the A guys defo gains improvements for these B guys, and we've seen Dean Wysocki improve in his lap times in qualifying when he practices with us, and it shows tonight with him qualifying up the sharp end of the grid a few times.
Dean's getting a lot better from where he started in quite a short space of time as well.
Yeah, and that's just purely if the B guys want to get on any time, jump on wheels lot, and we'll get in, and anything you want to ask, just let us know. I'm sure Sutty can lend pad settings. And as long as nobody listens to Gary, you'll be alright, I suppose, at the end of the day. But it's Mazda from Deeks, Holty in third, Greeny fourth, Dean Wysocki fifth, and Kieran sixth. Now, Kieran will see Greeny and Dean Wysocki's penalties. Is he close enough to Greeny's? I don't know. We don't know who's got it. Peaceful's disconnected again, having internet problems tonight. Hopefully, he can be back for the touring car race at the end of the night. Let's see what happens here, though. As at the minute, Mazda is cruising. Holty's past Deeks, so I wonder if Deeks has had another problem. Because Holty's past Deeks, Greeny is gaining on Deeks. That is Deeks now in third, so Deeks must have had another problem somewhere. And who's that off? That's Dean wide. Was Greeny round there? Kieran's past Dean. Dean rejoins and taps Kieran. Greeny's lost out to both on him. Dean and Kieran tapping each other a bit there. A bit naughty maybe from Dean, but either way, Dean now running fourth again. Kieran fifth. Greeny down to sixth. That's a car spinning in the background. I think that might be Alfie, as Lil Trev's just passed him. I know Lil Trev runs in the blue as well, so I think Alfie, yeah, was spinning in the background as was watching Dean and Kieran come through the chicane. Unfortunate that.
Oh. I wouldn't like the bill for these cars once they finish racing.
No, tell me about it. The camera picks up Mazda. He's coming down towards Cascades for a 10th time. 2.5 minutes remain. And he's just cruising. Dean Wysocki with Kieran all on the back of him. Kieran, like I say, will know about the guy's penalty and will know how close he's got to be to Dean. Dean, be careful here. Kieran may just outbrake himself. We've seen Kieran do it 1 or 2 times today. Look at how much Kieran gains under the braking zone there. Nowhere near the back of him, but just look how close he is now. Really brave on the brakes is Kieran. Dean parking in the middle of the road. Which way do you go, Kieran? Kieran not close enough to make a move, so Dean comes back across to the racing line. Oh, sad news, unfortunately. Peaceful Explosion says that's it for him tonight. His connection just isn't stable enough. So we've lost Peaceful for the touring car race. Hopefully he can get that sorted going into next week. Deeks is all over the back of Holty and really wants to get this move done sooner rather than later. Kieran wants to get the move done sooner rather than later on Dean Wysocki.
Oh, Dean's gone off.
He has as well. Oh, he's thrown it away. He's rejoined though. He's got 5 seconds on Greeny, so I think it may be a 5th place for Dean. Oh, that's unfortunate from him. We may have to speak to him after this race, as we spoke to all the other guys. We may have to speak to Dean after this, see if he gets a good 5th place, see if he can keep that. How unfortunate though that is for Dean.
Qualifying, he's just been unlucky.
Yeah,
he's been unlucky, Dean.
Yeah, he can't seem to put it together in the races at the minute. Deeks was actually the quickest man on track last lap. No, he wasn't. Sorry, Mazda was. 122.4 did Deeks do. Mazda did a 121.6. And that's Deeks into the tyre wall. That's Swinfins he was trying to lap into the chicane. An hard place to overtake. It was that Holty off. It was. Holty's off and he's in the
Yeah, it's
wall.
Holly.
Not rejoining at the moment. There's Kieran. There's Dean Wasocki on the back of Kieran. Oh, Holty rejoins and nearly hits the back of Dean. So Dean's now running back and forth. We've lost another racer. Who's that gone? I can't quite see who's retired there, but we're down to 10. Dean running back and forth. Greeny's up to 5th. We've lost Rebby. Rebby's retired from this race then.
That's the last lap. Mazda's won.
He has won, so he's won his first race tonight. Deeks will come home in 2nd place. A good win for Mazda. Deeks gets 2nd. Kieran is going to take 3rd. Dean Wasocki up and down, but gets a 4th place here, so a good result for Dean. Greeny's going to come home in 5th from Holty. Little Trev, he's going to ease it round to get home in 7th place.
Looks like a VW Beetle.
That one doesn't know. Alfie's going to come home in 8th place from BTC Reed in 10th. And Swimfins will get 11th place there as well. So we lost Rebby in the end, but Mazda takes his first win tonight. Finally breaks that curse. Who gets fastest lap? Who do you think? Mazda again. Only half a second quicker than Greeny. So Mazda, a clean sweep for him there. He'll be chuffed to bits with the fact he's got that win. Let's get Dean Wasocki in for an interview. Dean, congratulations, mate. Yes, boss, I'll wait.
There we go.
Well done in that race, mate. Up and down for you there. But a good 4th in the end.
Yeah. Just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Luckily, Greeny went off, and if I didn't touch that barrier, I think I'd have got past Kieran and got a podium, but never mind, 4th's better than...
And good to be racing with a teammate today with Mazda. He's took the victory, so good points for Team Wacky Sakid.
He's raced amazing tonight.
That's done you some good. You've had an up and down night. You've qualified really well tonight, but you've just not been able to put it together in the races.
No, I don't know why.
Well,
You've been really unlucky tonight, Dean.
I know. Hopefully this last one. Hopefully I'll be able to get another podium.
What's your plan? Yeah, what was your plans in the next race? All guns out, all elbows out.
All guns blazing in last one.
Good lad.
Is Wakisaki on it?
Wakisaki is on it. All thanks to
go on, boy.
The Pan Goddess.
Best luck with forward, bud.
God.
If you can just make sure you're ready up so that Kieran knows you're ready in the right car and colours for me, buddy, when you're done. Best luck for the last race.
Right, thank you very much.
Good luck, Dean.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think he called you the Pad Goddess there, Sutty.
I think it was God, not Goddess.
Oh,
I had
did
God.
you say God? I had Goddess.
You must be mishearing.
I must be. Good job, Gary's not
You
picked
must
up on
be.
that one. Alfie says, quick ask, can we go quick into the next one, please? Got to get straight off. My takeaway is getting cold. Well, just be patient. So then, going into the final touring car race of the night, let me run you through the table. It's Don Productions who leads the way in this one. Now, Don has won 2 races back-to-back here, so we'll be interesting to see what happens. I think Dean's ready. I did tell him to make sure he's ready up when he picked the same car, right car and colour. He's in that, so I think he's ready, Kieran, if you're listening. So Don leads the way.
He's ready up now.
He has. So Don leads the way, 5 points ahead of Greeny. Kieran only 6 points behind. So again, another tight championship. Rebby 4th on 37. Alfie's 5th on 33. Peaceful Explosion 6th on 32. Deek 7th on 30. Big Boy Brazier on 29. Holty on 29. Big Boy Brazier 22. Dean Wasocki on 20. Lil Trev 14. Swimfins 12. TMLS 5. BTC Reed 5. James Dudley and Starscream none. Mazda will be added to this list for next week. So the championship that was tied with at the start in the Porsches, Deeks leads now by 7 points. Dean has gone from like 8th, 9th, 10th, in the Porsches up to 7th for that 4th. So a good points haul for him. Now, question is, can Mazda make it a clean sweep of pole positions and fastest laps in this race? So here we go. We'll let the cars get out on track and then we'll go through the list of cars as we see a different class of cars. So we'll wait till all the cars get out on track and then we'll give you a run through. As you can see, Mazda there in the Opel Astra, the Vauxhall Astra as we like to call it. So his teammate...
It seems like there's a lot...
Go on, Sutty.
I was going to say, there seems like there's a lot greater mix of cars than there is in Air League. Oh, spin round.
That's one way to warm your tyres up, Mazda. Just spin the car out.
Just a bit.
Yeah, there seems a lot more Astras in this. You can see BTC Reed in the Mercedes. Mazda in the Astra.
Greeny's still in the pits, isn't he?
Yeah, just waiting for Greeny. We can go through and get to Greeny at the end by that time. I think he's coming out of the pits now. Lil Trev also in the Mercedes. BTC Reed we know in the Mercedes as well. Dean Wasocki in the Astra with his teammate Mazda. Alfie also in the Astra. Holty in the Mercedes. Greeny in the Astra. Deeks in the Mercedes. Swimfins in the Astra, already with his bumper dangling. Don Productions in the Astra. Mazda in the Astra. Rebby, I think, is our only BMW racer on the grid. So let's see what he can do.
He'll be one to watch, I feel.
Definitely. Kieran as well in the Astra. So then for the final time tonight, where is Rebby? Well, let's go on board, Reb. Let's see what the BMW can do. We can pick up an Astra in just a moment as he comes down into Cascades onto the Lakeside Straight. Gary says Rebby should be on pole here. I have to kind of agree with Gary there. The BMW very, very quick round here. But Rebby's
I agree, totally.
You would agree
when I
being
get
in the
tripping round.
The difference in speed. Bring the Megane back. Sutty gets any advantage. Sutty wants any advantage possible. He wants the Megane back. I don't think the Megane is actually that overpowered compared to the BMW, if I'm going to be honest, Sutty.
I don't like when we tried it in practice. It's definitely quicker than, because I drive the Astra. It's definitely quicker than the Astra, but it still lacks a little bit on the straights that the BMW has.
Yeah, definitely. Rebby then up Clay Hill through into Druids Corner now. Gets back on the power. The back end will slide out just a little bit on the coal tyres. Gary says he'll be on the podium, not pole. I said, who's going to be on pole for the final time in chat, Gary? Give me a poll
He always
predictions.
does what he wants, doesn't he?
I know, he never reads the questions properly, does he, this lad?
No, he doesn't. No.
Stick to the cricket.
He's
Don
not even any good at that, is he?
No, he's not. No, he's not. Don will have pole. Michael Matthews, aka Peaceful Explosion, says Deeks. And look who's got provisional pole at the minute. It's Mazda in the Astra. Kieran 2/10 behind. Mazda going for 6 out of 6 in terms of pole positions here tonight. He's really going to want to get it. Rebby only 6th fastest at the moment. Deeks 3rd. Holty 4th. Lil Trev 5th. Rebby 6th. Don 7th. Dean down in 8th, but it's only first lap. Let tyres get up to 10th. The problem with the Astra is the front left seems to overheat a lot. Not sure on this track, Sutty, but
it's not as bad, to be fair, on this track as what we've done with others.
That's a bonus then for the Astra drivers. Here is Dean Wasocki. He's got his teammate just in front.
I didn't say it means it's good, Matt.
It's better than it overheating, no, surely.
It is, yeah. Nah.
Team Wakasaki synchronised driving onto the grass there, and Mazda will park it and wait for others to get past. He's not going to improve this time round. Dean managed to keep it on a bit better, and he's 3.5 seconds up on his lap time so far. That'll only put him 3 seconds closer to where he needs to be. He's 6 seconds behind Mazda at the moment. They're Don down in 7th. I'll let you off, Gary. You did say Rebby should be on the podium. I'll let you off. Actually, reading your comments, I will let you off.
Is he piping up?
He is piping up. I think we'll have to sort him out on the cricket later. But nevertheless, it's Mazda who's on pole. The Don only a 10th behind. Mazda's jumped into the pits and rejoins. Interesting that from Mazda. Maybe looking for a bit of a clean run.
Slow down.
Yeah, possibly. Just trying to get rid of the slowdown a bit quicker. Don only a 10th off of Mazda. Kieran 2/10 behind. That's Deeks up into 4th. Dean Wasocki. We was on board. He was 3.5 seconds up, and he didn't improve at all. So, not sure what happened. I was reading Gary's comments though. So, cheers, Gary. I missed what happened to Dean.
I think Dean went wide on off the last corner on the start finish. I think he went over the curb.
Wonder if he had a lap time invalid then.
Yeah.
Alfie and Swinfin's only 2 to not set a time as BTC Reed goes quicker than Greeny. Lil Trev currently 7th. Rebby still only 6th. So the BMW not seeming to do the job at the moment. Where is Rebby? That's going to be a lap time invalid for sure.
You can just see the drive there.
Yeah, just the pure speed of the BMW. That's also going to be a slowdown. This may be Rebby's problem at the moment. Just pushing a bit too hard. Maybe having the odd incident here or there where he's just getting a slowdown penalty. So the gap between the top 7, 2.6, and it really drops off to Dean, who's 6 seconds behind. BTC Reed 7, and Greeny 10 seconds off the pole time, as Alfie and Swinfins haven't set a time. Don comes across the line, can't improve that time. He's only a 10th off of Mazda. Mazda should be coming around to start, or should be on his flying lap now, as after he pitted. So we'll see if there's time to gain. Kieran's 3rd, so it's a Astra front 3, then it's the Mercedes of Dean and Holty, it's the BMW of Rebby, Mercedes of Lil Trev, the Astra of Dean, the Mercedes of BTC Red, the Astra of Greeny, Alfie and Swinfings at the rear. Here is Kieran, that's either Mazda or Dean Wasocki just in front. Kieran takes too much curb and the car slides through the corner. That's
Very well held.
Yeah, well done, but it's not going to do his lap time any good.
Good styling. Not the quickest, but good style. Good style.
10 out of 10 for his style points as he's 1.7 seconds down this lap. 2.5 minutes remain. Here's Deeks. Quiet again in qualifying. Currently sits P4. What's his time going to be? Is he going to be up to improve, get closer to Kieran, Don or Mazda? Seems to have had the better hand over Holty tonight, does Deeks. Bar the GT5 race. Deeks doesn't improve. Where's Rebby? Still 1.6 behind. Here's Rebby coming down towards Cascades now. Dean's gone a bit quicker. He's now 3 seconds behind his teammate. On board Rebby. Nice smooth action of the steering wheel as he comes through, gets the power down. This is where the BMW is in its prime, at the slower corners. You can just get the foot down and away you go. Mazda's gone even quicker. He leads the Don now by 0.4 of a second, so his tactic clearly worked. Look at how smooth Rebby is through the chicane there. Nice on the wheel.
Using all the road.
Absolutely lovely from Rebby this. Don's gone into the pit, so that will be the Don done. Can't obviously improve there then. Drops it down a gear into 4th. Eases the throttle down as he comes round Druid. Down towards the final corner. He will get one more lap in as we come down towards Lodge. Look how smooth the wheel is on the throttle again. Here goes Rebby. Gets the power down now. This could be to the BMW's advantage. Is he up on his time? He is. And he's gone 4th. So he's gone above Deeks and Holty. Deeks is in the pit, so that's him done as well. Here's Mazda. Can he go any quicker? The Don's in the pits. Kieran no quicker that time round. Dean Wasoki's also gone a bit quicker again, but still 2.4 seconds behind the leader. Greeny's up to 7th. Holty comes round. He'll have one more lap to do, as will the two cars that's coming up the last corner now. Holty can't improve. Deeks in the pits, Greeny in the pits, Don in the pits. So no improvement for them two. Everybody is now on the final lap. Mazda will be the last guy to cross the line to end qualifying. All being well. No, he won't, as he's gone off. He'll probably park that in the pits now then. Qualifying is complete. I can't see Mazda finishing that lap. No, into the pits he goes. So then, Kieran, can you get half a second? Rebby, can you get 1.1 seconds in that BMW? There is Rebby. He's actually had a bit of a scrap. That looks to be with the Mercedes of BTC Reed. So Rebby probably isn't going to find the 1.1 seconds he needs to find. Reed goes well off at the final corner. So no improvement from Rebby. Kieran then. What are you going to do? I think you had Dean Wasoki just in front. He seems to have pitted, so his qualifying's done. Kieran's also done, so backs out of that lap. Doesn't want to leave us in suspense. Holty then. Can you gain on your teammate? Can you beat Rebby to make it a front wheel drive? Front two rows. Comes across the line and goes... He stays 6th. So I think here then, I think Mazda's going to claim 6 out of 6 poles as Alfie speeds into the pits. Swimfins comes round as well. And it's going to be Mazda who takes a clean sweep of pole positions tonight. What a drive he's having in this Group B series. Just under half a second quickened from Don. Kieran 3rd, Rebby 4th, Deeks in 5th, Holty 6th. Greeny 7th, Dean 8th, Lil Trev 9th, BTC Reed 10th, Alfie 11th, and Swimfins 12th. Alfie and Swimfins didn't post a time. Sutty, Keegan in the chat says his dad's asking for your pad settings, so more business it seems there.
It does seem like we've got more business, Matt. We're going to have to start doing our rates, aren't we?
Yeah, start charging. But for the
more
final...
The
BTCC Blueprints final time tonight. The lights are out. It's away we go. Rebby doesn't get away well in the BMW. You thought he would. He's being punished by the two Mercedes guys. But it's Don up the inside of Mazda. Rebby forces one of the Mercedes onto the grass. He's flipped it. That's Holty off. And I think Greeny got caught up in that. Swimfins may have done as well. But Don leads into Cascades from Mazda. Kieran 3rd. Deeks 4th. Dean Wasoki, good start up into 5th. BTC Reed is 6th. Where is BTC Reed? There. Alfie's just passed him, so he's 6th. Well in front. But Mazda has the Don up the inside. The Don's outbraked himself, and Mazda back up the inside he goes. Leads here as he comes out the island hairpin. Kieran in 3rd, watching all this go on. It's an Astra 1, 2, 3. Deeks looks like he's had a problem as it's now an Astra 1, 2, 3, 4. Dean Wasoki runs in 4th. So another good start to his race. BTC Reed runs 5th, Greeny 6th, Alfie 7th, Deeks back up to 8th. Look at this battle through the chicane. Cars off everywhere. That's Greeny and Alfie cutting the chicane there. May have slowdowns. Rebby down in 11th place, just ahead of Swimfins. But it's Mazda who leads from the Don, who leads from Kieran, Dean in 4th. All quite close together. But we're on this battle for 7th. It's Greeny from Deeks. Bit of a battle in front, BTC Reed and Alfie, and they're both off as well. BTC Reed joins the track and catches Little Trev. It's all going off in the touring cars. It's never a dull moment in this final race of the night. And look at the Mercedes boys, H&D Motorsport, all over the back of Greeny. Deeks nudges Greeny there, and Deeks is sideways, manages to gather it. His teammate comes through, has the run. So Holty's up to 6th now, Deeks 7th. Alfie's dropped to 8th, Reed's 9th, Lil Trev's 10th. Rebby's still only 11th in the BMW, not having it a race like we thought. He's passed Lil Trev there. That BMW's seen better days. Greeny a bit naughty there indeed. Yeah, he's got rid of some ballast there. But that's Greeny and Holty. Greeny touches Holty. Does Holty come across him? Greeny forces him a bit wide out the hairpin. He's gone wide with Holty, and Deeks will gain 2 positions there. Greeny really stamping his authorities, really forcing a few drivers off here. That's Alfie in the background, you can see. Kieran has passed Don somewhere. We've missed that because we're on this. Holty's gone wide and has a bit of it. He's now under a battle with Alfie. This is for 8th place. Cracking racing. Rebby and BTC Reed behind. That's for 9th. But what a race so far. Kieran Argent has passed the Don. Mazda's not managed to drop them. But the Don and Kieran battling it out. This will help Mazda get away. Where's his teammate Dean? There he is. Well off the pace now. Greeny still 5th from Holty. Oh, Kieran's very wide. The Don's very wide. That may be a slowdown. Holty has passed Deeks. They rub each other into cascades. Bit of a dangerous place to overtake there, but the Don feeling brave. Now, this is Kieran's favourite braking zone. I think Mazda might be far enough here that Kieran doesn't hit him. Yeah. Gets it wrong though, and the Don may get the better run out the hairpin as they head down towards the Hislop chicane. Don has picked up a time penalty. Mazda has also picked up a time penalty. Deeks on a time penalty. So is BTC Reed. H&D Mode, who's that? That's Deeks. Under braking, just losing it. Did he brake later than his teammate and try and avoid him? Not sure. Dean's just picked up a time penalty as well. Deeks has rejoined just behind Alfie and just in front of Little Trev. Rebby really struggling there. Look, he's just rejoined as well. He's down in 11th place. The BMW not doing what we thought it was going to do, Sutty, at all.
It's not. I thought Rebby stood a good chance of storming past everyone.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, and what's he doing there? Yeah, that's one way to pass everybody. What's he doing there? That's a bit reckless, if you ask me. There's no need to be racing like this. They're not dropping. Mazda's not dropping Kieran or Don, as Don is still battling for this 2nd place. The time penalty for the Don will help Kieran out, but he'll want to try and close up to Mazda so that Mazda's time penalty doesn't get too far in front neither. On board Kieran, the Don has gone left. There's Dean Wysocki. The Don went to the left of Don. Kieran brakes a lot later. Does he go deep again? The Don shoves it up the inside, and what a move that is!
Switch back.
That is well thought out from Ariel, but look at the run of Kieran! He's got it back. Absolutely great racing between the two of them. Look at Ariel.
That was brilliant stuff.
Yeah, good switch back from Ariel and then a good run from Kieran up the hilltop. So look how smooth Don is on the steering wheel. It's brilliant. Well, all this is going on. Adam's now 2.5 seconds in front. This battle has allowed Adam to get away. Dean is 6 seconds behind this battle. This should allow Dean to slowly catch up, but look at Greeny under pressure from Holty. The top 4 now have penalties. It's always in the touring cars where the real penalties come in, and at the moment Greeny and Holty really battling it out. A bit of rubbing, a bit of touching. It's been like this since lap 1 between these two. Deeks on the back of Alfie, Don on the back of Kieran, Holty on the back of Greeny here. Deeks has actually passed Holty and has passed Alfie and Lil Trev, so not sure what's happened to Lil Trev and Alfie there. I heard a car going slow. Who's that off? Oh, and Don into the back of Kieran. Did Kieran just brake early, or did Don? I think Kieran may have caught Don out on the brakes there. Well, that's Dean Wysocki who's gone past the both of them, and Don lets Kieran go back past, so well done, Don. Obviously knows he may have been in the wrong for that. That might be one to send in, but it's a team wacky-sacked 1-2 here at the moment. If Dean can manage to keep it here for the final 8 minutes, what a double, what a 1-2 this will be for Team Wacky-Sacked. Kieran, I think, picked up a slow down there, or clipped that tyre wall. He seemed awfully slow. And the Don right now on the back of him. These two battling could allow Dean Wysocki to get away. Meanwhile, Holty has passed Greeny and can now charge down on the back of these front three. Deeks is in front of Alfie. The only 3 guys to not have a penalty. The only 2 guys to not have a penalty is Holty and Swimfins. Greeny had just got one as I was about to say that. That's Swimfins wide there. He has been lapped by the front runners. That's Don and Kieran, who looked side by side going down the start straight. Here is Kieran. You can see Don in the mirror. You can see Dean up front. This is allowing Dean to get away. Don sends it up the inside at Cascades. Kieran surely notices that. Squeezes Don, squeezes him, gives him enough room there. What an absolute bit of racing this is between these two. We've lost Rebby from this race. Kieran late on the brakes, and can Don send it up the inside again? He does indeed. But look at the run Kieran gets. We've lost Rebby from the race, so the BMW isn't here for the final time. Don putting Kieran under pressure, but Kieran managing it well so far. This is allowing Dean just to stay in front as he was on the grass a bit there. Dean needs to keep his head straight as the Don and Kieran are battling it out. He could get a second place. It would be his best ever finish. But Kieran's now putting Dean under pressure. We've seen Dean. He's a bit nervy under the braking. He's a bit left and right under defending. Can be a bit naughty at times. And Don could benefit through this. But look at the run Don gets through this last corner. Nudging the back of Kieran there. And what's Dean going to do? Kieran's took to the grass. Dean covers to the right. Don goes left. Dean comes back left. And Kieran makes a good dive up the inside. Don nudges Dean. Dean into the back of Kieran. And Don gets to both of them. What a little scrap we're seeing here, Sutty.
Absolutely brilliant scrap. There's just a little nudge sort of set it up.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything in it. I think Dean just braked a bit earlier than Don. Dean runs wide there. That'll be a slowdown.
I think he did brake early.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything in that.
It looked like he sort of caught Kieran by surprise as well.
Yeah, I think Dean came back across onto the racing line and let Kieran, invited him up the inside. But what a scrap for second. Well, this has gone off. Mazda's 10 seconds up the road nearly. And he's well in front at the minute.
We haven't given poor Mazda much airtime.
We haven't. Dean very wide there. That's going to be a slowdown as well. He's got to keep his head as Holty's catching in 5th. Holty doesn't have penalties, so all the penalties that Dean and these guys gain, Holty will take full advantage of. Oh, Kieran's round. He's clipped the tyre wall. Dean back into 3rd. Holty now runs 4th. Kieran has ruined his race by clipping the tyre wall there. Greeny may get advantage of that as well. But they're Don now 2nd and well away. Dean 3rd. Holty's picked up a penalty. It's the only guy without a penalty is Swimfins. What an absolute fight. And Kieran's all the way back there with Greeny about to pressure him.
It's a shame that. I think we were having a good battle with the 3 of them.
Yeah, just clipped the tyre wall, probably pushing a bit too hard. Now with 4.5 minutes remaining, can the Don bring down Mazda's gap? It's already down 6 seconds. Like I say, we don't know the penalties. The drivers will. Dean has got to keep his cool if he wants another podium tonight. We could be speaking to 6th place on the grid here, provided everything's gone well. Because the no, actually we haven't had Don in, and Don's running 2nd actually, so we may have to get Don in. We normally get him in the touring cars. He's normally the winner. But he's been battling that hard with Kieran that he's not been able to win this. Dean running wide again. Holty is right on the back of Dean Wasocki now. What's Dean going to do? We know, we've said it before, he gets a bit naughty on defending. He's learning and he seems to be getting better, but sometimes he can be a bit aggressive. Holty late on the brakes and straight into the back of Dean. Holty could see Dean was on his brakes there. That was naughty. Holty could see he was on the brakes. Didn't seem to pull out anymore. Clipped Dean, but Dean still has the place. So either way, Dean's still running 3rd. Yeah, I think Holty was in the wrong there, if you ask me, Sutty.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Could see Dean on the brakes.
Yeah, I think he had plenty of time. Even if it was an early break, he had plenty of time to brake.
Yeah, definitely. So Gary, excuse me, Gary in the chat says, Jesus, that was a Sutty send it. Holty send it from a long way back. Holty looks again, but doesn't think this time on Dean. Only guy to not going to. Oh, Dean's run wide again. That's going to be a slowdown. These penalties must be mounting up for Dean now. He's ran wide a few times and doesn't seem to be slowing down any at all. Here goes Kieran. Can't seem to get on the back of Holty or Dean. He can't seem to lose Greeny neither. These guys are 15 seconds ahead of Alfie. Greeny is. Deek's down in 9th. Not been his race. We've said he's been consistent all night, but he's not been his race tonight. In this one,
I struggled tonight.
Been involved in a few incidents. That's that's BTC Reed going wide there actually. Gets back on before Lil Trev can get round to him. There is Lil Trev. And there's Swimfins last, as this is Mazda I think who's about to lap him. Does he step? Moves out the way. That's what we want to see. Moves out the way well. Dean, if you're listening, Gary says stop overdriving the car, get your head down and do what you do. Holty has passed Dean Wasocki, so Dean has dropped to 4th. We've missed that, unfortunately. But Holty has found a way through, so Dean could be on for a 4th place. But Kieran, close to the back of Wakisaki. I think the problem with Dean sometimes, he gets a bit frustrated, doesn't he, and overdrives the car. I think that's what Gary's referring to.
I think maybe loses his head a little bit.
Yeah, just seems to lose the head a bit. He knows he can do better.
Sometimes it's hard once you make a mistake.
Greeny wide, that'll be a slow down. Nobody's slowing down, they've all got penalties, so they all seem to just be adding to them. It's going to be more of a race who's not got the most penalties, I think, here. Mazda's 8 seconds out in front, so he might be alright. Either way, something needs to happen. Apologies about that, the phone was ringing. Unfortunately, it's a shame we don't have studios for this. If we had a studio, I wouldn't have the distractions of the mother-in-law, but hey-ho. As is the way of the modern sim racer. Mazda 8 seconds out in front from Don, who's 4 seconds in front of Holty. Then Dean Wasocki, who you can just see at the front of this little battle here with Kieran Argent. House phone ringing again. Absolutely brilliant. This is.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah, probably. I've not answered the phone. It's the only person who rings the house phone. And there it goes again. Back to the racing as the wife answers the phone. Now Mazda leads from 9.5 seconds as Kieran has ran really wide. That should give Greeny the chance. It does. The mother-in-law's rang there. That's made for a bit of entertainment because not much happening on track now. The racers seem to calm down. We are on the final lap of the race. And it is going to be a case of who's not got the most penalties. Mazda 9 seconds out in front from the Don. And just look at him. He's been fantastic in these final 2 races. He's finally broke his duck tonight and gets the win. Look at how smooth that wheel is. I take credit to the other guys. Breaks into the final corner. Probably runs a bit wide. But here he comes for the final time tonight in the BTCC Blueprints touring car. It's a flash of the lights. It's a win for Mazda. A fantastic result for him. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. It's going to be the Don who is going to come home in 2nd place. A good result for him. Keeps him there in the title hunt. Holty will get 3rd. Dean Wasocki's going to get a strong 4th place after Kieran made his mistake. Actually, Dean has dropped to 6th on penalties. Kieran has gone from 6th to 4th on penalties. Greeny stays 5th, so Dean really needs to work on that as he's ruined his race there. Could have had a good 4th, gets a 6th. Alfie's going to cross the line 7th. Deek's 8th. Deeks gets 7th in terms of the penalties. So Deek 7th, Alfie gets 8th. Alfie is disconnected and has disconnected way too early because that's Gev, BTC Reed 8th. And Swimfins has got 10th. I think, though, the result will stand as it was. Alfie 8th. BTC Reed comes home in 9th, and Little Trev will get 10th. And the fastest lap...
maybe Alfie was singing too much about his takeaway there.
Takeaway, yeah, definitely. Mazda doesn't get the clean sweep in this one, as the Don will take the fastest lap. Let's get the Don in for a quick interview. We'll also get Mazda in as well. Just going over the chats while we wait for that. Michael Matthews. She isn't going to be a happy lol. Gary says happy birthday to Mrs. Duffin. Thank you, Gary. Well done, Mazda. Hats off to Mazda. Deserved win after such a strong night. Ariel says fastest lap. Alfie says it kicked me. Can I still have the result? Yes, mate. You crossed the line there. As the Don joins us. Evening, Don.
Hello, hello.
Strong up and down evening for yourself, but a second place and a fastest lap in the end. Good finish.
That was, yeah. I was really frustrated early on. I couldn't get any laps in and qualifying. It was just, yeah, it wasn't working for me. And then that last race with the Porsches, I got too angry and I had to disconnect.
Yeah,
but
definitely. a good way to end the night, though.
Yeah, so better than last time. So.
Just well done, Don.
Good little battle we saw with Kieran as you worked your way past. Just couldn't close that gap to Mazda in the end.
I saw that basically what happened on that straight just before the long straight. Where we were braking the 2 laps before, we were braking at the same point, and I think Kieran braked a little bit early, and I wasn't anticipating for that. I was looking somewhere else, and then obviously I hit him. I did give up the position though after.
Yeah, we did see that.
Stopped and I let him go past. So.
Yeah, we did see that. Kieran has broke late into the airpin all night, so I suppose being caught out there was a problem. Just couldn't catch Mazda in the end though.
Oh no chance, no chance.
Fastest lap though, buddy. So an extra point for yourself.
Yeah,
well done.
No problem. Enjoy the rest.
Yeah, definitely good racing. I'm going to try and get Mazda and Kieran in. So let me get Kieran in. Yeah, no, very shocked with Rebby. Left this session.
We've been doing the practices. We know how strong the BMW is.
We know, yeah, definitely.
Maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe span reheated the tyres too much or something. And because we know with Porsches have become undrivable.
Yeah, that's it. Mazda joins us now. Mazda, you finally broke your duck, got 2 back-to-back wins and a fantastic win in the touring cars.
Evening again.
I don't know what to say. I think it's about time it came, innit?
6 pole positions tonight, 2 wins, 4 second places, only 5 fastest laps as Don got the last one in the last race. You've had a pretty good night.
Yeah, mate, I have. I've really enjoyed the racing. Especially in clears with Don, that was really fun. But like I say, I'm glad I've got the 2 wins.
Are you glad that your shift's now back on day shift? You're able to get involved in this league properly now, and you're able to get your head down and try and score some points and have some great races with the likes of Kieran and Don.
Yeah, mate, I'm. Like I say, I'm happy to get, like you said there, I'm happy to get on day shift, and that's it, innit? I enjoy racing with these guys. Well, what could be better?
You being part of the Group A lads tomorrow, being my teammate, filling in for Ben. Are you going to bring some of this form across tomorrow?
I hope I can, but like I say, them boys are faster than me, so we'll see.
Best of luck, mate, and congratulations. Also, what I'd just like to say, Sooty, Mazda's now an S-Class veteran.
I was about to say it. Well done. Join in the club.
Yes.
He's in the club.
Yes.
We'll get you a badge.
3 of us now.
Yeah. Well
Gary,
done,
have you
mate.
seen that?
well done, mate.
Master.
Cheers.
Kieran joins us as well. Kieran, a cracking battle with Don and Mazda to start with, and then it just all went wrong. And Don gave you the place back he told us about.
Yeah. I broke, like I say, the incident with Don, with the hairpin. I broke the factory manual place. I don't know if I caught him out or what. I don't know. Give me the place back, and then Dean got past, and then when I got past Dean, I felt a tap in the rear when they both got past me, or when got past me. But it was a fair move. It's a touring car move. It happened.
Yeah, definitely. You clipped the tyre wall, which kind of ruined your race. You ended up getting 4th, though, because of Dean and Green's penalties. So,
yeah.
Damage limitation.
Ran it around the last lap as well, almost. Luckily managed to keep in penalty range within the other two.
Yeah, definitely. For you, though, a good night, all in all. Good points scored.
I've consistent. I think I've top 5 every race, top 6 every race. Still not got a pole position, so that's something to work on, obviously, going forward. But like I say, good night, decent amount of points. Just shame I lost the team halfway through the night.
Yeah, that's it.
Good points all, Kieran.
That result puts you 11 points off of Don in the Touring Car Championship based off of tonight. Mazda, though, going forward could be a worry.
Yeah, he is a worry, I must admit. I think he's on the cuff. I think he's up there with some of the A guys, and he's too quick for, us B guys. But like I say, I welcome the competition. There might be other tracks in the calendar later in the year that I may be quicker than him. We'll see. But, fair competition.
Yeah, bringing these guys, obviously, into the lower leagues, if these guys are a bit better, this may help you develop and may help you get better as the season goes along. And that goes for everybody up and down the grid. We've seen, Dean Wasaki's took a couple of podiums and he's been up there in qualifying tonight.
I think the only way I can go quicker now is by investing in a wheel. I think I've took the pad as far as I can take it in terms of lap time.
It's funny you say
Don't do it, Kieran.
Sutty has a wheel that he doesn't use. Maybe you can strike up a deal with him.
I use it. I'm just too quick on the pad.
But no, well done tonight, Kieran, and best luck next week.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Well done, Kieran.
Well, that's everything from tonight from the THR Touring Car League. We'd like to thank all our sponsors, the Prestige Man, the MPGeomatics, Tintop Racing UK, who was with us in the chat earlier, the Hard Compound, the BTCC Blueprints, and the British Touring Car Chat. Thank you, Sutty, for being a part of the camera crew and co-commentator position. Brilliant job tonight.
You're welcome. Tried my best.
No, well done, boys. And we'll see you all tomorrow night, where Kieran Argent will be taking you through the commentary on the Group A lads, where the S-Class veterans of me and Sutty and Mazda will be on the grid, battling it out against these S-Class regulars like Gary. Join us for then, and see you later. Good night.
Good evening.